Fate's Stay Night, episode 28, I think. This time with only
Probably.
two people. I mean, myself and another two people.
Okay.
At least gonna be faster.
I hope so. February 11th.
I think it will be. Is this day long or?
I don't know. I think it's kind of long. All the days leading up to the end of Blade Works are pretty long, but
Okay.
we'll see how far we can make it, and then that's gonna be that. And then Unlimited Blade Works 12 Moonlight Part 2. That's great. We already start the day on an interlude. Oh, this is that day.
Ollie doesn't know what he's missing.
Do I have to turn off the thing, Mapo Tofu? Do you know?
I don't think so. No, I guess not.
What?
Does it change it if I turn the thing off? You know what?
I
think I'm gonna turn it off just in case.
You can't.
Just in case.
No.
The stone room is illuminated by the morning sun. The light
That's
coming in
already
from the
happening.
ceiling pushes back the darkness. Every entrance and every window is sealed off, but even that cannot block out the sunlight. Even the place that should be covered in darkness benefits from the break of dawn. Entrances and windows are ordinarily used to let things enter and leave. The cracks cannot be covered, and besides, if it is entirely closed off, it cannot fulfill its duty to be used as a passage. If one wants to completely shut out the light, there should not be any entrances. If one prefers darkness, one should go to an underground place without a way to return.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does Caster do something if it didn't turn off the 8 scenes?
Not explicitly, no. It's kind of weird. I don't know how it is in the Rialta Nua version, but I think even in the Rialta Nua version there is a little bit of an implication of what's happening, but whatever.
Okay.
We'll see. I mean, everybody watched the anime. In the anime, it's less bad than it is here, but in that regard, this underground temple is not perfect. Light exposes all secrets without reservation. The hidden temple was easily discovered, and its master was easily eliminated as well. So Castor not only managed to move into the basement of the church, she also apparently took out Kotomine off screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has Gilgamesh.
Now
How she did
Shinji
it, I
is
don't
the
know.
permanent
No,
master of
yeah.
Gilgamesh, which is just
Yeah.
amazing, isn't it? There are traces of blood on the floor. The original owner of this temple was killed by an intruder. The supervisor of the Holy Grail War, Kotomine Kire, was removed from the stage by Castor's hand. That battle happened a few hours ago. The underground regained its silence. The new master of the church is standing in the darkness, but the winner scorns herself. Castor glares at the darkness with an irritated look. First of all, this temple is unpleasant. Neither the sanctuary nor the secret sanctuary hidden beneath it suit her taste. The intruding light is unpleasant, and the priest she killed was unpleasant as well. And most importantly, the crucial objective has not been accomplished yet. She is shocked at how poorly things are going, and she even considers reducing this whole place to ashes. Again, she moved here explicitly because she wanted to summon the Grail early.
Yep.
Perhaps in her hubris, she misunderstood how the whole thing is supposed to go. And she just assumed that the Grail would be there. How-
Because she's the caster. Oh.
Yeah. As we know from the last time, there is a Grail here, but it's the physical lesser Grail that doesn't really do anything. So. Fortunately, she refrains from such violence. It is not because she regained her composure, nor is it because of respect towards the church. She suppressed her emotion only because of this sound. Faint, periodic sounds. A woman's painful voice is like fine music to her. She forgets her troubles and enjoys the spectacle. The groaning sounds of pain come from a girl. Her murmur is very weak. The groans would inspire either compassion or sadistic pleasure in those who may hear them. It does not need to be said that she falls under the latter category. Sweat drips down her forehead. Just watching the beautiful lips gasping in agony seemed to bring heat to this cold room.
大したものね、セイバー。レイジの縛りを一晩中拒み続けるなんて。
And here, Nasu brings to bear his visual novel kind of traditions.
And here is the best, the better art of Nasu.
The best CG in the game. At the back of the temple, the girl hangs, only able to breathe.
It's gonna be the thumbnail.
Certainly. As long as she opposes the command spell, free will does not exist for Saber. Where still a magic so strong that it is visible tortures Saber's body. The command spell pressures her from the inside, and Caster's magic tortures her from the outside. Saber's reasoning has almost disappeared. Only the last remnants of her pride hold her back. Neither the command spell nor Caster's magic can take away that deep root. Therefore, the torture continues forever. Caster watches the process, how the girl desperately tries to hold her ground. It was Caster that dressed her in this white costume. It is not arousing with her armor, and most of all, the armor does not suit her. If she is an untainted saint, she should be in pure white dress when she falls.
けなげなこと。いくらあなたの意志が拒み続けても、サーバントとして作られたその体は別よ。
Well, that's because she isn't.
レイジュが少しずつ侵食しているのがわかるでしょ。あなたはあと一日も経たずに私のものになる。
Wait a second.
Yes. Do the
Wait a minute.
Do the honors.
Wait a minute.
Go.
Good,
Sure.
the fact that she's not actually a servant be the reason why she resists to the command spell.
That could be it. Again, it's all kind of weird the way that everything pans out. It could be because of an emotional question. It could be because she is not actually a spirit. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't think so because in Fate Apocrypha.
Oh my lord.
Sorry. You can continue, Mapo.
I guess it kind of is because we have already seen what the command spell can do. You know?
Yeah.
So maybe that's why?
Well, there is the incongruency in the bad ending from the Fate route where Caster orders Saber to kill Shido, and she does it.
Yes.
I was thinking about, after you brought that up, I was like, well, that is true. I wonder what happened. And I think I found out why she did resist that command. You brought up that, she was commanded to kill Shido, who she loved back then. She didn't want to do that, but she did it anyways. Well, this time around, what happened was she was commanded to kill Tohsaka, not Shido. But Shido got in the way. And then Caster just told her to kill Shido instead, to then kill Tohsaka. So maybe Shido's intrusion in the command was what really let her resist. Because she wasn't commanded to kill him at all. So she got a little bit of that leeway. But I don't know. That's my theory.
What? I don't know.
I don't know. In either case, this is a classic mind corruption scene. It's a visual novel thing. It's pretty traditional to have one of these in visual novels. People just like them for whatever reason.
Man, I never saw Nasu art so good.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I just remembered the scene of Tohsaka in the park.
I think I saw the scene on Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Jesus Christ. Well, some art, this wasn't one of the pieces of art that was added, but some art got added to Rialta Nua that was visibly better than the original.
It's not it. It's better art that Nasu have showed in the last episode with Tohsaka.
Well, because that was art from the original release. Some new CGs got added in the re-release, and Takeuchi had improved considerably by 2011. So
They're
noticeably better. We're gonna see one, I think tonight, of Rin also, and it's just like unreal how much better it is. But
Yeah, but now that you mentioned why is Saber like Slenderman?
what?
Why is look at her arms, bro?
Well, that's
Look at
just a Takeuchi thing. He just likes girls with long arms and long
Yeah,
legs.
but
It's just his style.
Yes.
I don't know.
weird.
I mean, it's always something weird with his anatomy. Like recently with the Tsuki remake art, it's all like huge heads, like disproportionately large heads in comparison to the rest of the body. I don't know.
Archer
But yeah,
arms too.
the voice protests painfully. Even though her reasoning is melted, Saber does not yield to Castor. As Castor says, she will endure this torture until the command spell fully controls her body. I do like that they demonstrate that even though this kind of resistance is possible to some extent, it's very difficult on Saber, and that's significant because Saber is able to resist magic on the level of sorcery, right? By virtue of her being able to resist magic from the Age of Gods. So it's like, it's pretty hardcore shit. If it wasn't Saber, then they would probably not be able to resist this kind of thing, but either way. As Castor says, she will endure this torture until the command spell fully controls her body.
強情ねセイバーええけど許してあげる私あなたみたいな娘は好きよ金の髪も小さな体も少年のような凛々しさも可愛いわそれに裏切るぐらいなら死を選ぶ一途さも愛らしい
I do think that's also what Castor just said, pretty relevant. Because remember, Saber is still on her sick, like, not sick, that's not the word. She's still on her crazy ass quest to just get the Grail. So it is in her best interest to still win the war. She just doesn't want to kill Tohsaka and Shiro, right? Or at least just doesn't want to kill Shiro, as we saw from that scene. Whereas just attacking Tohsaka was within her interest, if that's how we want to interpret the whole command spell thing. So this is a good kind of callback to that. There wasn't any attempt to heal Saber from her pursuit, and she still prioritizes winning the Grail over other things, relationships, etc. So that's good.
本当
Yep.
踏み潰してあげたいぐらい
If she did just go out and kill Castor, but she probably could, she would lose the Grail, so that's not just something that she can do. She looks at the girl with eyes filled with joy and hatred. If Castor put her mind to it, she could get Saber to surrender in an instant. Saber's freedom is lost from fighting one command spell. Then the result is obvious if Castor uses a second one. Saber will become Castor's without the need for such torture. But Castor is into this kind of thing, apparently, but she will not do such an inelegant thing. Castor should take time training her, since she is a lovely toy.
そうね霊樹で体を支配するなんて退屈ですものあなたには自分から私のサーバントになってもらいましょうええ体ではなく先に心を壊してあげる
I wonder if
Saber
Ollie
couldn't-
was here. If Ollie were here, if he would
No,
call
that would
Castor,
not-
like
Yeah, this would be bad in so many levels.
I wonder if Saber just killed Castor and goes back to Shiro, you know?
I don't know if she
And make
can,
again.
because think about it. She got supplied with extremely little to no magical energy from Shiro. We don't
Yeah,
know
that's-
how much Castor is giving out, and she doesn't have independent action. So unless there was someone like right there, the probability of
But I
her
think-
making it is kind of limited.
But I think she can resist at least, I don't know, 10 minutes, something like it.
I don't know.
In 10 minutes, she can arrive at Shiro.
In either case, it's not like she can even move at this point from the pain. So it's
Yeah.
very unlikely that she can do anything in resistance.
But if she could,
I mean, if she could, that might be a viable strategy I don't know how long she would make it in the real world before going away. So
I think
How
she
would
can
she
live
do
for
it?
10 minutes. I don't know, something like it.
How would she do it though? Her hands are tied.
well, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
She's
no.
unable to move, etc. But
Yeah.
if she
But
could,
if she had a
might.
chance,
yeah.
that's my question. If she had a chance.
But then again, if she had a chance, would she want to serve under Shido again? Just from like a utilitarian perspective. Like, she wants the Grail, and Shido ain't gonna get it. I'm sorry, guys. He ain't doing it.
Yeah.
At least not from her perspective. He's like completely like impossible.
But like, options are not that,
That's
there
fair.
are not many options.
Oh,
left.
I mean, there is
Even-
one option. We can't say what it is, but there is an option.
Yeah,
Certainly.
there is. Okay, there is Helium. There is Ring. But if she became Ring Servant, then she would have to share magical energy with Archer.
That would not be good.
That would not be good.
If we became Elio's servant, that would be pretty good. Because Elio's
It
Will
would,
has pretty much
probably.
like unlimited magical energy. So,
Yeah, and
and she probably would win the Grail. Let's be honest, like she almost did last time. So. Her strongest foe is now as good as hers. Nothing can threaten her victory any longer. The location of the Holy Grail is a concern, but that is only a matter of time. For now, she enjoys the fall of the King of Knights with a smile, and as a reward for her plotting, but
そこで何をしているキャスター
yeah, I don't think her master is into this whole, like, sex torture thing. An unemotional voice suddenly calls her from behind.
We don't know, maybe he has.
Maybe he has a
Some way-
fetish, I don't know.
Yeah.
She turns around immediately. Above the temple, someone slowly comes down the stairs that lead outside. A tall, lean figure appears from the darkness. There is no sound of footsteps, nor is there any presence to be felt. The man comes down into the temple and shows no emotion even after seeing the blood on the ground and the girl.
総一郎様
Caster changes her attitude right away. Her expression changes from one filled with joy and irritation to that of a tense servant.
なぜここにあなたには竜道寺にいるようお願いしたはずですが
質問は私が先だキャスターここで何をしていると聞いたのだが
Oh boy.
Oh.
The man, Kutsuki Soichiro, doesn't change the tone of his voice. The flat voice is more terrifying than any threat. A voice without emotion is like a mirror, a guilty conscience. The voice is more fearful to those with greater guilt. One is questioned not by Kutsuki but by one's own mind. Sorry, I just had to check. Caster holds her hands on her chest and reports to Kutsuki. He is not one that can be fooled. No, she cannot bear to tell a lie to this
昨
person.
日マスターの一人であるエミヤシローからサーバントを奪いましたエミヤシローは逃しましたがすでにマスターではありません
Well, that's the mistake in your
賢
assumption,
明な人
Caster.
間ならば私たちに歯向かうことはないでしょう
Emiya is absolutely not smart.
そう
You forgot about you
だがそんな指示を下してはいない
forgot who is Emiya Shiro. That's a big
indeed.
problem.
私の独断ですマスターその後聖杯の器を手に入れるために教会を襲いました聖杯の管理役である神父は仕留め
Right,
ました
imagine
が
if she didn't kill
聖杯の
Kotomine,
行
but
方は
just
不明です
the Kotomine puppet. And then 10 minutes later, he walks in with a fucking suitcase and is like, haha, araya.
そちらも独断か帰還しなかったのは聖杯が見つからなかったからだな確かにせっかく手に入れた場所だ肝心のものを手に入れないまま留守にしては意味がない
Kutsuki's words are not criticizing her, but Caster can only be ashamed of herself. She killed the priest who knew where the Grail was, but she still does not have the Holy Grail. Furthermore, she has revealed her own action which should have been hidden from him. What else can she call it but a total failure? And this brings out the thing that Ali was so upset about last time, which is, yes, Caster is dumb. She does believe that she is better than she is, and she makes plans which she thinks are really smart until they turn out to not be. The only thing that props up her kind of god complex is that she is actually the most powerful person in the war at this point.
It's like a Greek god.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like a Greek heroic figure, you know,
Yeah.
haunted by their own hubris until it becomes unsustainable.
Yeah.
And there is Cusick who remembers her that she's not perfect, something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But I don't know if letting Kirei live is a better option.
Well,
That's true. It's-
letting him live is not the best option, but she could have asked him where the Grail was before she killed him. You know? Not that I think he would
But what-
say anything truthful to her anyways. So
Okay, we
I
have.
don't know. Perhaps knowing Kirei, it probably
he would just
there
fucking
is
lie, to be fair.
probably, but you know, there is this slim possibility. Like, what if he actually said, "Oh, okay, so the Grail is right here." Oh, because he's fucking Kirei,
Yeah.
the
That's
master
not
of
the
chaos.
problem. If Kirei said something like to organization saying, "Oh, the Grail is not normal," or something like that.
I don't think he would say that. You know
No,
what?
he probably would
What
have
might
not.
happen is
But that-
Kirei might
Yeah.
explain to Castor that she needs to get Ilya, and then Castor would be fucked because I think Berserker could deal with Castor plus Saber.
Okay.
Probably, but
I
I
don't know.
don't know.
I don't know if
I feel like
unless Saber was made to use Excalibur to do the Excalibur spam. Like if she did that, of course, like Berserker's toast.
But telling the truth would have been, bad for Kirei's plans.
Certainly. Nah.
状況は分かった理由を説明
It is kind of weird that they killed him off screen, though. He's such an important character.
申し訳ありませんですがこれも全てマスターのため
I
私の
think
目
it's-
的はあなたを勝利させることだけです
kind of weird that
理由など
Custer didn't check if he was dead or not.
I mean, there was
That
blood
was-
on the floor, right? Like the corpse isn't here.
There's blood on the floor. Okay. Okay.
The corpse
Is that-
isn't here. She said she killed him. So, you know?
I don't know how she did it, how she's so firm about it, but okay. I
Yeah.
don't know.
He's
You think-
fucking Caster, bro. She's a servant.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and she thinks she is perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, she
What
thinks
is
she's
a
hot
tiny-
shit, but she's just shit.
What is a tiny priest?
What is it? What is it?
Yeah,
tiny
she thinks
priest?
it's the big ass shit, you know?
What is a man?
What is a man?
What is a man?
But a miserable pile
With
of grails.
even a servant. Even a servant.
Of grails, lies,
A long,
complexes.
a long silence.
And
After hearing
Maybe
Castor's... Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
okay, maybe Carrie could convert her. With,
know, this
with
is-
his words.
This is like the most... This is weird. Like, this is the most fun episode we've had for a long time. Like, everyone is, like, having fun and telling jokes and shit, but Saber is, like, actually getting tortured, like, live on television right now.
That's true.
After hearing Castor's declaration, Kutsuki Soichiro murmurs, Soka.
ではここから離れるわけにはいかんな留守中他のマスターに聖杯を見つけられてはお前の苦労も無駄になる
ではマスター
Dewa Master.
納得のいくまで調べるがいいそれまでは私もここに残ろうお前一人では戦いに向かんセーバーが手駒になるまで護衛は必要だろう
So Soichiro is thinking, he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna protect this woman from getting ganked by servants while Saber is getting healed. But, okay, Soichiro can
I am
fight.
the man of this.
I am the man of this house. Soichiro can fight servants, that is true, but I mean, from what we got in the fight he had with Saber, that's like a novelty thing. After the first round of combat, boom, it's all blown away. So if someone like Archer, for example, that has the combat data that Arin gave him, for example, or whatever, right? enters in combat with Soichiro, or just Archer generally enters in combat with Soichiro, who is like a long-ranged guy, or Lancer, if Lancer is still around. I mean, that is true that Kotomine apparently is dead. I don't think he has much of a chance.
Kotomine is dead.
Yeah.
What about Lancer?
Yeah, Lancer's fucking gone, right?
It was Caster who said that, so I don't trust.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Ooh. Hero is without a servant. Lancer is without a master.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. That would be something. That would be something.
That would be
awesome.
something.
That would be something.
Give me up
それには
with the
及びません
man. Your
マスタ
chest.
ーに力を借りずとも手駒は
I
あり
mean,
ますし
Lancer has been looking for a master that doesn't make him do bad shit, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Lancer would like Shiro.
Lancer respects Shido, right? Like Shido put up a fight
Yeah.
before he got murdered for the second time. So, who knows?
And he has good taste on women.
He does have good taste in women. That is true.
それにここは危険です竜道寺に戻られた方があなたの身は安全です
正論だ。だがそれでは私の目的が果たせなくなる。
The objective to protect women. Such
You
a
know what?
feminist.
You know what? This looks like the opposites between Saber and Shiro.
It is. It really is. It's kind of funny, actually. It's the lawful evil version of Saber and Emiya.
Oh yeah, I think I mentioned something like this early in some episode. I'm not sure.
But they are a parallel. I think this is
Yeah, they
intentional.
are parallel.
It's intentional to kind of, create that contrast. Because this is after the Fate route, chronologically. Even if you play the routes unlocked in the original version of the game, you can only go through UBW after you're done with Fate. So, the dynamic of Saber and Shido is still fresh on your mind. So when you see something like this, which is kind of a perversion of that, it kind of like hits up a switch in your head. Is like, oh, that could have been Shido and Saber if they were completely morally depraved and didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Those words are unexpected even for Castor. What kind of an objective does this man have who has no interest even in the Holy Grail that can grant any wish?
宗一郎様それは
It's kind of funny because Castor is the ultimate magus of the Nasuverse, right? She doesn't care about anyone but herself. She only wants power. She does not believe in any sort of morality whatsoever. She's completely comfortable doing terrible things to people just to have some fun. And the only thing that matters to her is her ultimate objective of winning the Grail, right? So, in a sense, she is diametrically opposed to Emiya because she is the ultimate magus, not only in terms of ability, but in terms of what a magus is. Whereas Shido is like the anti-magus. Like, he's bad, and he can only do a couple things well because he was born able to do them. But on the other hand, he also doesn't believe in any of the magus bullshit and is actually a morally upstanding person. Which kind of makes it interesting because Rin is kind of halfway there. So Rin has to make a choice whether she wants to become someone like Castor or whether she has to go in Shido's direction. Or how does she manage with that? That's kind of interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting because both Shiro and Soichiro, they don't want the Grail. They really don't want the Grail. And the person who wants the Grail the most is their servant. They're really in it to help their servant in the Grail. Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I think.
And they do seem, Soichiro and Castor, to have a close relationship. The way she calls him Sama and kind of changes her whole attitude to be more servile and whatever when she's close to him.
Yeah.
Kind of alludes backwards to how it was with Shido and Saber.
急げよ。なければないでいい。成果は問わん。
Like, he really does seem genuinely concerned with Castor. Like, he wants to actually put his life at extreme risk to protect his servant from another servant, which is probably something he can't do. Like that implies he cares about her quite a bit. With that, Kudzuki goes back up the stairs. Castor watches him go in blank amazement. The dark room is still silent. The footsteps going up the stairs still cannot be heard. Interlude out. So yes, while Shiro was fucking sleeping when he said that he wasn't gonna sleep, Saber's been enduring the pain.
That's true.
Fucking asshole. Wait, let me turn on.
There should be a meme about it.
There definitely should. I think there are plenty. There's this very famous image edit. I think Mapo Tofu must have seen it before, of that scene of Saber being held. I'm gonna see if I can find it and send it in chat later. It's
Okay.
quite hysterical. I open my eyes. My eyes are not the only things that wake up, as my sleeping mind wakes up as well.
傷は問題ないな。
I check the wound in my left shoulder. It still hurts, but there's no intense pain like last night. The heat in my body has gone away somewhat. Shouldn't be a problem for me to move around. Again, the wound is still there. The proof that Avalon has gone back to its very slow operation from back before Saber was his servant, right? So the wound is still there. He still feels pain, but it's, you know, a little healed at least because he's like able to function.
You can walk now.
Yeah.
You can run. No, that's it.
I eat breakfast and satisfy my hunger. Food comes before anything else. My body won't move unless it gets the nutrition it needs. I reapply the bandage. The wound has turned dark blue. Yeah, that's not good. That's very bad.
Yeah.
It hasn't healed up and I can see fresh red meat.
当然だ。今セイバーはいないんだから。
I disinfected, put gauze over it, and wrap bandages around it. It's a primitive first aid treatment to wrap and constrict the wound, but I have to do this so it doesn't get any worse.
よし、これで終わり。
Do they show this
あ
in
と
the
は武器が
anime?
いるな。
Nope.
Oh yeah, he doesn't get wounded, right? Saber doesn't attack them.
Yeah.
He just gets pulled down. I guess they wanted to make... Do you think they changed that whole scene just so that they could remove the gore to get the teenage rating?
I prefer to not think it. Because if it was because of that, I don't have words for this. I just don't have words for this. You know what? They could if it was just for that, they could just make the blow of Saber be smaller or something like it.
Yeah,
Or
I don't know.
don't show that much blood.
'Cause, like,
or
the
something
Fate's
more
Stay-
ter-
That brings it to mind. Like, Fate Stay Night is extremely violent. Like, some terrible shit happens to Shiro on the regular, but on the anime, he never really gets, like, too
Yeah.
badly fucked.
But you know what? That could be something more side of Shiro, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
Like, and those show, and they couldn't show blood, and so they would do this.
I guess. Yeah, I guess.
So okay.
You
But-
probably need to learn something from David Production.
They do. They need to stop giving a fuck. They just want that money, you know? It's respectable.
Yeah.
It's cloudy today. It's not really, but, you know. It must be really cold as there is
True.
frost on the grass outside.
Well, like they did animate Kara no Kyokai.
They did, but those were movies. I don't know. That was before Ufotable was making piles of money and getting watched by hundreds of millions of people.
That's
Right.
true. That's true.
Yeah,
Now
but
that they're
it's-
airing, like, movies can be as violent as you want, but, like, stuff that airs on television for, like, general audiences, not really. Like, they have a cap, right? Unless they want to stream their anime at, like, the 2 a.m. slot where no kids are going to watch them, and so they're not going to make any money.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they can make... That's why Heaven's Feel had the sex scene and whatever. Because they could put it on, like, movie theaters, and then it would be the parents' problems if the kids went in, like, in hiding and watched the movies when they shouldn't. But if it's airing on television and, like, kids watch these terrible things and whatever, it's their problem, and they can get sued.
I don't know. I think the anime could be better, and they could get even more money from that. But okay.
Well, I think it would be much better if it was actually, like, a good adaptation, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
But that's
They could
me.
focus on the battles because the battle is what make the anime popular to kids and other.
Yeah.
I don't know, for some public.
But that's meaningless to me. I feel no cold, my body is burning, and I want to pour ice water over myself. But this is much better than the condition I was in last night. The only things I can find are wooden swords. I choose the one that looks like it is the best, and put it into my shinai bag. I like this more too, because like in the anime, like Shiro just feels guilty that he was a fucking loser and lost Saber on the bridge to Castor, and so he's like, well, I guess I might as well go after Saber now. Whereas here, he's like, he had to make a difficult decision. He's completely fucked. Like, he's almost dying at this point. Like, doing any crazy shit would probably land him in the hospital at least. But he feels so responsible for what he's done that he's like, you know what? I might as well. I need to go. I don't give a fuck that I'm gonna die in the process, which does play into his complex and whatever. But it really goes an extra mile in showing how much he cares about what he needs to do and the effort that he's putting in.
I wonder what's going through. I wonder what's going through Taiga's head right now. Just waking up at Tohsaka's house.
Maybe she thinks she's in heaven.
Waking up in a mansion that doesn't know. She doesn't know whose mansion is this, because she never went to Ring's house knowing that it was Ring's house. This is the first time, so she's like waking up in this luxury mansion without context.
I think she'll think it's a dream though.
Why would it be a dream?
Because she's in.
Maybe she thinks she's in heaven. You know, she's like, oh my god.
Oh my god, that's my house.
I slap my cheeks. I don't know if it's to encourage myself or to reassure myself that I won't be coming back here. You want to say something? I'm sorry.
Yeah. I thought of another way that they could do this scene in the anime. I thought they could make like Shiro make some a battle against Saber. He could make this projection, and he could battle a little bit against Saber because she would be in effect of command spell, but she would resist a little bit. It could be a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or, you know, they could have adapted the fate route first, you know, and actually do a good job. I don't know, just an opinion.
But what do you think about it?
I slap my cheeks. I don't know if it's to encourage myself or to reassure myself that I won't be coming back here. Honestly, I don't know why I did that. I carried the shinai bag over my right shoulder and head outside. The place I've lived at for so long. The shed was like my own room, and I don't turn to look at it. Abandoning his life, decided to die in combat and honor. That's my boy. Well, even though I've decided to fight, there are many problems. I have to determine clearly what I should do first, or I'll probably end up not getting anything done. There are two courses of action. I have a choice. It's a very difficult choice. It's a very difficult choice.
Yeah, I mean,
yes, it is.
So do we meet up with Tohsaka? Is this what we're doing? Are you sure?
You sure, mate?
I'll go
no,
find...
What?
Sorry,
why
I am correct myself. What?
Oh.
Why did you make the choice?
I thought we were in agreement. I'm sorry. We're back to the choice screen. I'm sorry.
Hey, so unlimited.
Meet up with Tohsaka. That's it. Sorry, I'm thinking I just another thing. I'm thinking if Shiro could fight Saber. I'm just thinking it.
That would be fucking hilarious. Shiro versus Saber. That will last 1 second.
But she's in the effect of command spell and she is resisting it. So maybe I don't know.
Oh, that is true. But there is Castor and Soichiro there, so they would like beat him up before he even had a chance to look at Saber. So.
I don't know what Shiro would do in this situation.
Oh, you don't?
Who?
I mean, last time he went to the church in the Fate route like several times, talked to Kotomine, he was like so inspired. He was like, yeah, that Kotomine guy knows what he's talking about. It's exactly who I need.
Yeah, but like, what would Kirei tell him at the situation?
Wait,
Like,
give me a sec.
rejoice,
We're back.
right?
Okay.
So,
As I was saying,
So
yeah. Continue on your tirade about Kotomine's importance to Emiya.
as I was saying, what would Kirei tell him in this situation?
man, Kirei isn't in the church.
Kirei would be like, haha, shonen.
The
Yorokobe, your
Choice,
woman is
young
dead.
man.
You want another servant?
Yorokobe, bitch boy, your woman is dead.
Yeah.
Enjoy
want one, sir?
vacation time.
It would
Man, I
be
don't
pretty.
know if Kirei offers no, sir.
Imagine if he went to church and was like, yeah, so Saber's dead now. And Kotomina's like, yeah. What do you think
So
about
are
like,
you?
Gilgamesh?
Nice.
You like archers?
What do you think about Gilgamesh?
You like archers, man? So yeah, what are we doing? Are we meeting up with Tohsaka?
I don't know.
Oh my fucking god.
I mean,
Oh my god. I chose
Seeking
meet up with
advice.
Tohsaka.
seeking advice, it's always a good choice, you know.
You know, but at
You
this
know what?
point,
If we
at
go
this
to the
point,
church
okay,
now,
let's
we're
be
gonna die.
logical.
That's
Let's be
true.
logical. Shiro is like losing his shit over Tohsaka at the moment. He's in the process. He doesn't know that he's lost it yet. He's coming to terms with that. And he's not fucking dumb. Like, he's stupid, but he's not a fucking, he's not completely, like, stupid. I think he could go for Tohsaka just to get some closure on what happened last night, where she just basically told him, yeah, go back home, you fuck. He could be like, you know what, fuck you, Tohsaka, I'm gonna help, whether you want it or not, and then things can happen. She would probably just kick him off the church anyway,
To help us.
right?
Yep. And we will have a servant to help us.
Yep.
Yes, I guess.
And if we go to the church, we're gonna just
Die.
hear Yorokobe Shonen. That's it.
Yorokobe Shunen. Yes.
I guess in the situation, like, he would head over to the Mato place and
Oh.
then tell Sakura that he loves her.
Certainly. He would go to the Mato place and tell Shinji that he misses him. That's what would happen. You know, Shinji, that whole thing about cooperating, that sounds pretty good right now.
Oh my god.
Pretty
Not
good.
very much Shinji.
Yeah, so are we
Jeez.
going Tohsaka? Are we going Tohsaka or Tohsaka? What are we doing?
I think we can go
Yes.
Tohsaka, or
Tohsaka.
maybe Tohsaka.
Let's do it. I'll go
Yeah,
find
let's
Tohsaka.
do it.
She told me to forfeit. If I'm going to ignore her advice and fight, I have to make her realize that I'm not going to give up and that we're still cooperating. And I can't let her fight by herself. I owe her big time. I can't forfeit until I repay her for that.
しかもあいつここ一番で失敗するし危なっかしくて一人になってさせておけない
Those are both true. I adjust the shinai bag on my shoulder. No, Tohsaka is like George Lucas. If he doesn't have a couple of advisors on his shoulder, he makes some weird shit. Doesn't work very well.
Like what?
I know I won't be of much help and that she will object, but I can't obtain peace of mind until I see her face. This is just a what if, but if she gets injured away from me, I can't even be there to help her. Yeah, Shido's not feeling it. I sit down on the bench and rest my burning body. It's past noon. I've searched all around Shinto, but I haven't found anything.
簡単にはいかないと思ったけどここまで無反応なんて
I knew from the start that I had no way to find Tohsaka. I let my luck take over and searched through the town, but I couldn't find her, nor any traces of her.
他のマスターも出てこない令状がない以上ちょっかい出す必要もないってことか
I sigh and lay back. I'm making no progress like this. Tohsaka hasn't left any trace, and my last resort of using myself as bait to lure out other masters is failing so far. I got a bit uneasy. I might not be able to find Tohsaka, and I might not be able to save Saber. They might already be in a terrible situation by the time I find them.
まだ昼だ。そう簡単に行くもんか。
Yeah. I get back up. I ignore the renewed throbbing in my shoulder and leave the park. I'll search one more time. I'm sure that she's in Shinto. It's just like last night. I don't know why, but I can feel that he is around here. Ah, so he wasn't feeling Tohsaka last time. He was feeling Archer. That's kind of weird, isn't it? It's not something ambiguous like a premonition. This is certain knowledge like a conviction. So Unlimited, maybe that has to do with the weird shit going on with Archer, rather than any sort of weird metaphorical bullshit by NASA. When did I figure out what the dream was? A desert as far as I can see. The numerous swords stuck in the ground do not have a wielder. The sky is stormy and there is no forest, town, or sea within my sight. A hill of blades stretching into infinity. A graveyard of steel without any wielder or bearer. I knew from the start that this is the scenery inside that hero's mind. After many sequences of events, one who becomes a heroic spirit ends up in that place. There are those who left the world loved by the people, and there are those who left the world praised as noble kings. There are those who died wanting to fight, and there are those who died in satisfaction. But it seems there are many that have been praised as heroes against their will. If true heroes are those who have legitimately earned the title, these are a different kind. They were forced to the throne of heroes because of their fate, and they should be called Avenger, the anti-hero. They are the opposite of heroes, but they were praised as heroes regardless. Even those that hated humans and those that humans hated are summoned as guardians. But he's neither. He's not a true hero, nor a rare anti-hero. He was never compensated for his efforts, and his own life ended with betrayal, but he never hated humans. But it didn't last. Yes, he probably grew weary. Was mistaken. Heroic spirits, familiars called servants, humanity's power to control called the guardians. They are summoned into every age to prevent humanity's extinction, but the only condition for their summoning is destruction brought on by humans. Naturally, destruction brought on by an outside factor is solved not by human power, but by the world's restraining power. So the only thing guardian heroic spirits can see is self-destruction. They are an existence that eliminate destruction brought on by human greed. He made a contract with the world to save humans and became a hero. After he died, he became a heroic spirit and was shown humanity's self-destruction over and over again. Again, here, this is important, an important lore point that isn't super clear, probably because of the translation work. But she's talking about three different kinds of heroes, right? So there's the heroic spirit that we're familiar with, that become what they are after they die. The Avenger spirit, which is the anti-hero, which becomes what he is after he dies as well, but from a different source. And then the Guardian hero, which becomes what they are during their life, empowered by the world to stop other people's problems, or humanity's problems, to save humanity from collapse.
To save the planet, basically.
Yeah.
I really like the
And that
concept
makes-
of Avenger.
Yeah, Avenger is
I wonder
an
if that...
interesting-
Yeah, it is. I wonder if that's gonna be relevant to the story.
Yeah, who knows?
That makes me think of something like, if the song has something like like a proper will, and has his own heroes, you
Who
know.
knows?
But it would be something like human, but something more physical, like physics, something more, something that we can see, but is there.
Which
That
one
would be nice.
Shiro's wants to be?
That's true. He made a contract with the world to save humans and became a hero. After he died, he became a heroic spirit and was shown humanity's self-destruction over and over again. He is summoned as a heroic spirit to save people, but he only gets to clean up after people's wrongdoings. It did not take long for him to realize that it is meaningless and start loathing the human world. And in the end, he was betrayed by the ideal that he protected unto death.
So he basically thinks that he wastes his life. I think so.
Yeah. He's not exactly an anti-hero because he doesn't really hate humanity. And humanity did hate him, but, you know.
But an anti-hero is not necessarily that, but okay.
Well, yeah. He wasn't evil, nor was he perceived as necessarily evil either. He's kind of in between the hero and the anti-hero, really.
Something more like ideological.
Yeah, like he
Ideological.
resented being a hero, but he didn't resent humanity. I think that's kind of the big distinction in
I think
how
he's
Archer feels.
trying to learn what is a hero, to say the truth.
What is a man?
Yeah,
What is a
what
man?
What is a man? Hearing the call, Tohsaka wakes up. She slowly
What
looks
is
around.
Yashiro?
This is the foreigner's cemetery. It's just past 7 o'clock, but there's no one here. Well, the hill with the church is always empty to start with.
ごめん寝てた。少し疲れて
Japan
るみ
moment.
たい。
No one ever comes to church.
無理もない昨夜から不眠だったからな体調が優れないのならば見合わすか
Well,
何も今すぐ仕掛けることはない
it's probably very bad, like the whole situation for Adine to be losing sleep, right? She's always so calm, or at least she seems to be in such control at all times. It's kind of wild to see her kind of losing it. It's so bad that she's passing out in front of the action scene, right?
いいえ、時間はかけられない。キャスターの居場所が分かったんなら、ここで決着をつけるべきよ。
After saying so, Adine realizes that her body is warm. Her familiar Archer must have kept her warm using his cloak.
なんだ、寝てるって気がついてたんじゃないあなた。なのに起こさないなんて、人。
何立ったまま眠る人間にはそうお目にかかれないのでねもう
ますますたちが悪い。女の子の寝顔を見るなんて何様よあんた。
安心したまえ誓ってそのような無礼はしていないだが別のものは聞いたな目は閉じようと思えば閉じられるが
Wonder what that is.
耳はそうはいかないのでな
そう。私何か言ってた？あ、
ああ気に食わないだの頭にくるだの実に物騒なささやきを数件
Maybe she's upset that Emiya, you know, did the whole crazy ass shit that he did last time.
なんだ。よかった。
Adine sighs with relief. The dream she saw should not be discussed. She can't have Archer know about it. She likes their relationship. To maintain it, she has to hide the fact that she knows about Archer's past.
行きましょうあっちゃ。教会なら少しは詳しいわ。あそこならどこに隠れているか見当ぐらいつく。
She brushes away Archer's cloak. Archer silently protects from behind her. Then,
ねえあっちゃ。自分のやってきたことを後悔したことってある？
ooh, the killing blow. She asks without turning around.
私はできれば最後までしたくない。本当に打ちのめされた時にも歯を食いしばって意地を張り続けたい。
Sounds like Tohsaka, alright.
けどそれって難しいんでしょうね。きっと私が考えている以上に。
個人差があるなその手の精神論はできる者もいればできない者もいるとりわけ君は前者だその手の人間はまず過ちなど起こさないし
I wish
自
she was
ら
wrong.
の過ちなど考
Or
え
rather, I wish she was right.
何よ。それじゃあ私が傍若無人な暴君みたいじゃない。
いい自己認識だリン鮮やかな人間というものは人より眩しいものを言うそういった手合いにはな歯を食いしばる時などないのだで試験だが君は間違いなくその手合いだ遠坂凛は最後まであっさりと自分の道を信じられる
Archer is fucking smooth, boy. Top 5 ways to win a
Yeah.
girl's heart. Not gonna lie. The knight in the knight in red praises her. Rin blushes at his answer, but keeps asking without turning around.
じゃああなたは
Wait.
最後まで自分が正しいって信じられる？
Could you go back?
What?
That dialogue. The dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. I'm gonna write that down. I can test it later.
Certainly. Greatly recommend. Unlimited, you already know what you're gonna say to your girlfriend once this is all done. Better write this down, boy. Better write this down, boy.
Okay. Tell me about the results later.
Let's see what happens.
いや申し訳ないがその質問は無意味だな。
どうしてよ。答えられないことじゃないでしょ。こんな
Struck a
の。
nerve, Tohsaka. She sounds a bit nervous. To that,
最後までという質問が無意味だ。忘れたのかマスター。私の最後はとうの昔に終わっている。
the knight in red gives this reply. It's kind of tragic because even if he did, come to regret what he did and learn from that through living with Rin, for example, it's not like he can do anything. This isn't Archer, right? This is a clone of Archer.
Yeah, apparently.
He isn't able to learn anything. He isn't able to change. At the end of the day, he's just gonna, go back to the throne and keep suffering forever, which is the problem with Saber too. That's why we worked so hard to save her last time, but I sigh and lean against a sign. I searched until the sun set, and the only thing I figured out was how useless I am. The wound on my left shoulder is throbbing with pain. I don't know if it's opened up or if the bandage is getting loose. Either way, I can't spend too much time on the search. It'll end up like last night if I can't find a clue. I recall when I parted ways with her last night. It's already been a day since she told me to run to the church since I can't fight without Saber.
そうだ、教会。
There's a clue. I thought about it when I started the search this morning. The supervisor of the Holy Grail War, the priest at the church, might know where Tohsaka is.
あいつの手を借りるのは尺に触るけど、襟好みしてる場合じゃない。
No, I shouldn't go see that priest regardless of my feelings. He's a priest, but Kotomine Kire is not a man that should be approached. I don't want to go ask him for advice, but he's the only one that I can count on right now.
一度だけだ。それなら問題ないだろう。
Oh, sorry. I convince myself and move my aching body. It's almost 7 o'clock. 20 minutes walk from the station. The church is in the suburbs, away from the noisy town. It's been 9 days since I last went up this hill, but I'm going there pretty often now, considering that I've never went there before. To be honest, I don't like the church. Maybe that building itself is a forbidden place I shouldn't approach. The fire 10 years ago. The church took care of all the orphans at that time, so it reminds me of that incident, whether I like it or not. And he never saw any of those kids ever again. Kinda sus. Got up the hill and come into the clearing. I got a sudden headache. It's not because of the wound on my shoulder. The wound is causing me to have a fever, but it shouldn't give me such a headache. My temples are hurting. I lose myself and feel a chill as if my body is splitting in two like a shedding
お
insect.
かしいぞ。
This is weird. I bear the headache and start running. It's because of the hunch I've had since yesterday. The conviction that Tohsaka is in Shinto. That sensation is assailing me now and causing the headache. Then something should be going on in there. Bruh, is Shiro gonna intervene at the right time? There are blood stains on the floor. The blood continues to the door at the back of the church.
違う。奥に続いてるっていうより。
I'm curious about it, but now's not the time. If there's blood, it means someone's hurt. And this much too, their life must be in danger.
Because the previous choice
Hero?
was... Yeah.
I feel a sharp pain in my head. Dull heaviness settles in my body. I ignore it, take out the wooden sword, and start walking quietly.
Hiro Miya Shiro moment.
遠坂、いるのか。
Oh yes, scream loudly into the enemy-filled house. That's
Yeah.
totally gonna be the best way to do things. Nobody replies. The air is tense. I feel like the windows here will break if I'm too loud. I follow the trail of blood. It's coming from in between the columns. A dark stairway that would only a dark stairway that you would normally not
地下
notice.
で続く階段。ここ、
Tennis
地下室があったんだ。
This is a church, so could it be a mausoleum? I don't have enough energy to just stand here and think. I cautiously step into the darkness. Well, if you don't have energy to stand and think, I don't think you have energy to fight. But I descend into the dark. I see a faint light at the end of the stairs. Breathing quietly, I make my way down using that faint light. The narrow corridor ends and I come out into an open space. It's a big stone room. The stairs follow the wall down to the catacombs. There's an open space at the end of the stairs. And there is the person that I've been looking for, Tohsaka. Tohsaka confronts the enemy before her with archer's protection. In front of her, in front of the altar, are two people. It does not even need to be said who they are. The magus in purple robe, Castor, and her master Kudzuki.
Okay.
And on the altar behind them is
Saber.
Saber, who is looking down and panting painfully. My heart jumps. My pulse is beating faster than normal.
Man, what the fuck you gonna do?
The situation is obvious. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
Two pairs
Just
of master and servant are confronting each other in the temple about 5 meters below me. They haven't noticed me standing above them as they're too absorbed. Tohsaka and Castor are looking for an opening to strike. It would be suicidal for them to look up in a situation like this. My heart beats even faster, my head pounds and my shoulder aches as if seared by a hot iron. I can't keep my presence hidden forever in this state. Castor or Kudzuki will notice me if they happen to look up just a bit. I have a choice. A tactical choice. The kind of choice that gets us killed. What do you say?
Holy shit, I don't know. I think... Mapo Tofu, you can say first. You can go.
Oh
Go
god.
first. Mapo? What?
Oh, he's here.
You can go on first. I don't know yet. I'm thinking.
I think that if you look inside your heart, you will find the answer.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh my god. Mapo Tofu, I'm asking about your answer.
What is your opinion, man?
What are your hearts says?
Okay, let's see. If we go out and give Tohsaka an opening now, we will be obviously spotted.
No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I question it. What your heart says?
Yes.
You said if you
Your
follow
knee-jerk
your
reaction.
heart. Yeah.
My heart?
Yeah. Your heart.
Wanna know what my heart says, man?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dead
My heart.
set.
He doesn't know.
My heart tells me that Castor is fucking dumb. Natsu is a
Okay.
terrible writer.
Oh my god, shut up.
Okay.
My,
Wait,
on my
your-
heart.
Your audio is pretty bad. I don't know what's going on with your mic, but something is going
Oh,
on with your mic.
my audio is dead.
Yeah, your audio is pretty bad.
Oh, sorry for that.
That's
I
much
don't know
better.
what's happening.
I'm thinking. We can die, or Tosa can die. I think it's easier for us to die, but
Well, yeah, I mean, Shido has been planning to bait himself, right? Like that was what he was intending on doing. So,
you know what? I will go with Tosaka option, just because it will be something that Shiro will do.
so you're gonna give her an opening right now?
No, not yet. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. I try really hard to think what is the best option.
Shira's like a Russian literature protagonist.
Yeah.
He just wants to die.
He just wants to die, man. He wants to rush B. Suka? That's an old ass meme. Oh boy.
Good idea.
He's so Russian He's so Russian that he wants to fuck.
I gotta go with the wrong choice, and I go with not yet.
You're gonna say not yet?
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
wrong choice, and I know it, but I gonna go
Mapo
with it.
Tofu, do you approve of this decision?
I think this would be out of character because acting recklessly is like Hero
It's
second
like
already.
That's because I said it's
If
it's the wrong
swords-
choice.
if swords weren't the canon, the origin of Shiro, everyone would guess that it would be recklessness
That is true.
because
That is
that's
true.
that's basically what Emiya Shiro means.
Yes,
no?
that is
Yeah,
the
yeah, it's
archetype
alright.
of Shiro.
But
If you're not
I
familiar
would
with
go the
kanji,
wrong one.
that's what it means.
Okay, so Unlimited sustains his idea to go recklessly, to not act recklessly. Mapo Tofu, do you want to watch this scene, or do you want me to choose and perhaps watch the bad ending?
Bro, I think
Let's
not
Zevlen
yet.
choose.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. That's
Very
the
well.
wrong choice. I just confirmed it. If amount of
I breathe quietly. I push my body against the wall and watch while keeping myself hidden. It's still too early. It'll be too reckless to charge in when I don't understand the situation yet. And more than anything, I don't have much power. The strengthened wooden sword is my only weapon. It's foolish to control Caster. To confront Caster without a plan. No, that's wrong. I do have another weapon.
バカな。
I can't believe it.
それこそ何を考えている。
I can't use projection. Half my body became numb after I used it once. Archer told me that it'll end up worse if I do it again. Using magic beyond your capabilities can destroy you. If I use projection magic in this state, it'll be natural for me to die on the spot.
機会は必ず来る。
It was the right one. I can't believe it.
Oh my god. I'll bide my time and wait for my chance.
そうなら綺麗は殺したわけ
Her voice only holds murderous intent. Remember, Tohsaka does... I don't know if love is the right word, but she kind of does love Kire in a weird kind of familial way because, well, he pretty much was her dad for most of her life, right?
Yeah.
He's been deceiving her for a long time.
More or
So
less. More or less.
Caster saying she did something like this is like bad mojo vibes. Tohsaka is glaring at the enemy with a coldness I've never seen before.
ええ始末したわ素直に聖杯を差し出す人間でもなさそうでしたからね後々になって邪魔をされても困るもの
Blah blah. In contrast, Caster is calm and composed. The Magus in purple cheerfully admits the murder of the priest. A grating sound echoes through the temple. He was more like a devil than a saint to me, but that priest was a fellow apprentice to Tohsaka, and he was killed. Even though he was involved and might have been prepared for it, it's not something that she can take in readily.
そうそれは結構綺麗もそれぐらいは覚悟していたでしょ
Oh, did
けど
she
です
now?
わ
Oh.
Did she now? Am I
Did he?
mistaken, or has she suppressed all her anger? Tohsaka seems like she's not angry at all. Caster evades her question. She hasn't.
何を言い出すかと思えばそのようなこ
Oh,
とあなたには関係ない
Okay,
でしょ
Tosa got it.
big mistake, Caster. Our
Hey,
boy is a fucking worm. He gets
け
out
ど
through
他
the
人
cracks.
事でもないあいつが本当に死んだんなら安心できるから確認しただけよ
Sure you will, Tohsaka.
それはどういう意味かしら
言葉通りの意味よキャスターあいつがそう簡単に死ぬ玉かってのもしはっきりと死体を確認していないんじゃ
Oh,
使えないわねあなたもどうせ綺麗を襲う
I
な
love
ら
how
しっかり
Dean
しっ
has
かり
broken
息を止めて
Caster
おけっていう
in
の
like 30 seconds of conversation.
That's
She's
true.
like, yeah, fuck you, you dumb bitch.
やることもできたし早めに済ませましょうキャスター今
I
回
love
は人
Tohsaka.
質もい
She's
ないし
amazing.
気持ちよく戦えるわ
I can understand a
That's
little bit
so
why
dumb.
you say that she's the best girl. Just a little bit.
You're starting to understand. I appreciate that.
Oh my god, Caster's so dumb. How is she the most powerful being in
A
this world?
signal to start. Tohsaka or Caster. If either one of them takes a step forward, this temple will be filled with magic. And it
大
is.
きく出たわね。あなた、この状況で私たちに勝てるつもりなの？
Yes, because she's got the power of a billion yen.
She
in
has
the-
Archer. She has Archer.
A billion yen
Yeah.
condensed
Yeah.
into 6 gems.
幸いセイバーの制御もまだのようだし、条件は同じでしょ。それに久月先生のことも分かってる。セイバーは面食らってたけど、事
Oh
前に知
yeah,
っていれ
really,
ば
the way to go
私
is
のアーチャー
Archer,
の敵
like
じゃない
the
わ。
moment, the second the match starts, Archer lets loose and hits Kuzuki in the head, and he's gone. I
Sure.
mean, really, that's pretty much what they need to do, right? Tohsaka points to Archer while staring at Caster.
聞いての通りよ、アーチャー。キャスターの相手は私がする。下手に近づくと、あんたまで契約破りを食らいかねないから。
私の相手はあの男か。
Yes, that man.
それは構わないが、魔術師ではキャスターにはかなわないと分かっているのか。
Yes, she does.
安心して。
But she's
勝ち目
Tohsaka.
もないことは言い出さないわ。
Oh,
キャスターは必ずここで倒す。
I will
そうすれば、セ
surely
イバーだっ
defeat
て元に
Caster
戻っ
here.
て、シロと契約をし直せる
Oh,
で
look,
しょ。
she's thinking about us. That's cute. Tohsaka tenses for action. I feel pressure as if she's a tiger about to attack its prey. I liked it. I want to say that we probably pushed Irene into doing this. Like, if she feels like she's responsible for defeating Caster because she wants to, like, give us another shot, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Man, I'm starting to like Irene more and more.
Yes. And as if to stop her.
理想論だな。彼女をここで倒すというのは難しい。
Archer, why the fuck are you being so difficult?
逃げるだけならば、彼女は東大一だ。何しろ。
Man, Archer,
逃亡のために
you could handle
実の
both of
弟すら
them.
八つ咲きに
Say
する
the
女
truth.
だからな。
Archer steps in between Tohsaka and Caster. What the fuck is happening?
ちょっと、何のつもりよ。
Oh no, I chose the wrong choice.
He does not answer Tohsaka. The knight in red silently confronts Caster. I think I saw something like this before.
実の弟すら八つ咲きにした。知ったような口を聞くのね、アーチャー。あなたには私の正体が分かっていて。
竜の葉をよりしろとした人型は、コルキス王の魔術と。
Oh, he's read a fucking mythology
そ
book
の
before.
娘、王女メディアは、希代の魔女と謳われたそうだが、
She did kill her brother and her 2 children. That is all of that is absolutely true. The air freezes. Caster's composure disappears and enmity like fire is directed at Archer.
そう。なら、この場はどちらが優勢か分かるでしょ？
Archer does not answer. His expression is like stone, as if accepting everything that is happening.
抵抗は無駄よ、アーチャー。あなたが何者だろうと、セイバーを取り戻すことはできない。今はまだ私に逆らう意志が残ってるけど、それに霊樹さえ使ってしまえば、今すぐにだって私の人形にしてしまえるわ。
I barely stop myself from moving, not yet. Even if it's true, now's not the time. If I want to save Saber,
Oh.
I can't jump out now.
Oh, I'm starting to think that this is the wrong choice. This is really the wrong choice.
それが1分か2分かは知らない。
You're waiting too much. I don't know.
けど、それだけあれば十分にあなたを仕留められるんじゃない？
But Archer, do you really think so? Do you think you can defeat me here like that girl thinks? Caster and Tohsaka are glaring at each other. Standing in between them,
不可能だな。ここでお前を切り伏せようが、せいぜいその半身を立つ程度。その後に待つのは、セイバーとキャスターを同時に敵に回すという劣勢だけだろう。
Archer does not meet his master's expectations. Wait. Yeah, that was a weird typo that happened there.
あーちゃん、それは。
分かっているはずだ、リン。さすがにそうなっては勝ち目がない。セイバーは不完全なマスターのために 能力を制限されていた。その縛りがなくなった以上、
This is not good. This is bad. The thing that's happening
That's
right now
pretty
is very,
bad.
very bad.
まさかのみだろうよ。
Yeah.
He speaks plainly. Tohsaka stares at Archer in astonishment, and even Castor is bewildered by the sensible enemy. But it's different for me. I've experienced something like this before. I get a bad feeling. Back at the Ryudo temple, when Castor proposed that he join her, what did he say back to her when he refused? I murmur without realizing. Don't do it. It's not because of the situation will get worse. You're Tohsaka's partner, so don't do it. If you do such a thing, I don't know what kind of an expression she'll make. Archer steps forward. He is empty-handed as usual. He steps forward without enmity or intent to kill.
Oh my god.
こうなっては、こうする以外に道はなかろう。
Looks and
So it
smiles
was
at
the
me
wrong.
as if
It
he
was the
knew
wrong choice.
I was watching this whole time.
さてキャスター、一つ尋ねるが、お前の許容量にまだ空きはあるのだろうな。
As soon as Tohsaka stops being the strongest one, he's gone.
Power is everything.
You fucking loser.
Yeah.
アーチャー、あんた
I'm gonna kill this fucker. He made Tohsaka upset. That is an offense worth dying for.
Man. I'm just sad right now.
Castor laughs out while Archer stands tall before her.
Archer doesn't have pride. Archer,
He doesn't have anything. He's a fucking loser. Filled with regrets, bitter about his heroism, and now betraying his friends. What a fucker. And Tohsaka
What a great man.
Tohsaka does not look away. She should break down at a time like this, but she keeps a straight face and endure it, gritting her teeth.
当然よ。一人と言わず、
He
全て
came
のサ
here.
ーバントを
That's
扱えるだ
the
けの
fucked
貯
up
蔵はある
thing.
わ。
He came here,
私の魔力がどこから補充されているかは知っているでしょ
Tohsaka at risk, telling her lies, propping her up, telling her that she would never make any mistakes because that's not the kind of person she is. Like,
It doesn't matter for him if he will kill Tohsaka or not.
that's terrible, right? Because he knows
Yeah.
exactly what's gonna happen. Like, the second he turns, Castor's gonna be like, oh yeah, I killed this little bitch. This young 16-year-old
Oh my
lass.
And sure, now we'll have to fight against two or three servants.
This is so awful. I fucking hate Archer. Jesus Christ. Magical,
So that's it.
magical energy that allows her to maintain 7 servants. It is the lives of the people in this town.
ならば話は早い。以前の話、受けることにするよ、キャスター。
He holds out his right hand to Castor in spite of that. Not his right, just his hand. I'm sorry. I don't know why I read that. That wasn't there at all. I feel like I'll go crazy. I can't forgive him for betraying Tohsaka, for approving of Castor and joining her side. A hero. For this hero who embodies Emiyashiro's ideals to do such a thing.
あの時は断ったのに随分と腰が軽いのね
状況が変わった。セイバーがそちらについたのなら、今回の聖杯戦争の勝機はお前にある。
Archer walks towards
It is
Castor
not.
defenselessly. Do you want to say something, Mapo?
Just that having 3 servants under her watch is not good for her ego. No.
She's probably
Now she's,
becoming even more careless as she thinks she's getting stronger.
you know, if Archer joins her, then, having the knowledge that she is a servant, then that would make like an alliance of 4 servants in this war. 4 servants under one master. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
She won the war,
Christ.
basically.
And it brings the problem, and I'm sure nobody's thinking of this because Castor is so smart. Like, she's got all of this figured out. She's the best, right? But the Grail was designed to be split between one master and one servant. Who knows what the fuck is going to happen now? Besides the energy requirement, which I don't know if they talked about last time. I don't remember. But I don't want to say it in case it's a spoiler.
Maybe like she's keeping that in mind, but perhaps she's gonna use the last command spell with each of her servants to make them kill themselves or something like that.
Yep.
I think the same. I don't think she's that dumb.
I don't think she's stupid. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm thinking she's overconfident. I think she
I'd
thinks
agree.
she knows everything, but she doesn't. And she's making
I'd
some
agree.
weird moves.
I think she's fucking stupid and that Nasu doesn't know how to write.
Shut the
think
fuck up.
he-
Okay, that means he's abandoning Tohsaka.
That's a bad writing.
You know, I wanna,
That's some
I
lazy
wanna
writing.
say this once.
That's a lazy writing.
I wanna say this once, because I know everything about this is facetious, but Nasu comes and people, when they watch Kara no Kyokai, they learned this because it was his first published work. He comes from a mystery writing tradition. And mystery writing inherently exists in this realm where people are completely imperfect. They lie. Sometimes they lie. Sometimes they're stupid. Sometimes they think they know things, or they have these like massive flaws that are supposed to make the whole thing more difficult to solve, right? So when it comes to a personal war where each character is crucial in the way that they see the world and their history and how it informs their character, when that becomes the crux of the story that he needs to tell, that mystery tradition really kicks in. So it's important to have characters like Castor who make mistakes because they're like actual people, and people make mistakes. And sometimes they make mistakes for stupid reasons. Like sometimes they think they're more intelligent than they really are, or they think that they know things more than they actually do. It's, you know, kind of pretty basic psychology. It's just part of his writing. I don't know. Either way, my rant is over. I'm not going to talk about this again.
Okay.
That means he's abandoning Tohsaka. Tohsaka does not stop him and stares at her enemy. I know that figure. The red classroom. She tried to hide her trembling legs and act like the same old Tohsaka-rin, even with the collapsed students in front of her. That's her strength and her weakness. She tries to act firmly in any situation so everybody around her gets the wrong idea that she's a strong person.
さあ契約破りを使ってくれリンにはまだ令状が残っているからな
His tone doesn't change. He betrayed Tohsaka in front of her, but he's still acting normally. She must be on guard against such a guy. Castor takes out the distorted dagger, but she does not pierce Archer with it.
どうした労せずして忠実な部下が手に入るのだ何をためらう必要がある
And you see Tohsaka's stubbornness kicking in right now. Like, she probably could tell him to fight Castor, but she doesn't want to do it his way. She's like, okay, this guy left me. I'm gonna fucking win without this guy. Fuck him. I'm not gonna keep him by my side anymore. And everything starts going in her head and all the bullshit
Man,
surrounding her perfection complex and whatever.
I
She's
think-
paralyzed, right?
yeah. She doesn't have any option to run or something like it. She can run. She can do anything.
She can't. Like, the second she starts running away, she gets blasted or punched in the back of the head. She orders Archer to attack, she's dead. Even if they win, she's probably dead, because he can't kill her with all the independent action B stuff. And then what? You know? It's not like it's beyond him. I mean, he's betraying her right now in front of her, putting her in the worst position tactically that she could ever possibly be in. What's to stop him from just killing her when they're done?
He literally destroyed Tohsaka in ever. And he just destroyed Tohsaka.
Yeah. He really the what's happening here is he's attacking her in her most basic level. The most important thing to Tohsaka is her assurance that she's the best, which is also parallel to Castor at this point. But she works really, really hard to make sure that her idea that she's the best is actually true. So she never goes recklessly into pretty much anything. And when she does, she gets fucked. That's why she always makes the worst mistakes at the worst times. But now here, right before they got here, he was telling her about how she was, right to choose this path for herself. And right here, he's pulling the rug from beneath her feet. Right? And he's saying, you know what? You ain't shit. Think about that for a second. She's having like a real existential crisis right now.
Yeah.
Which Castor is gonna have when we kick her ass. Hopefully.
Man, I would like to be in the Tohsaka. I would like to be Tohsaka in the situation.
Yeah, no, this is very bad.
No one would like, man.
This is what, going back to Kara no Kyokai as well, I don't know if Mapo Tofu is going to remember this from the first movie when Toko is talking about people having the reality shock of their world versus how the world actually is, and how sometimes when that is like so extreme, you just like divide by zero and the computer crashes, right? And I think that's what's happening right now to Tohsaka. Her inner world is just getting in conflict with what it actually is, which is she's not in control. She's not perfect. All of her plans have just disappeared immediately. She's not the best. That's a problem.
Yeah. I can say too much.
It's funny to
She's
consider
screwed.
that.
She's
It's
screwed.
funny to consider that while Shiro's servant was forced to betray him, and even so resisted through the command spell, Irene's servant just, betrayed her at her face.
Yeah.
Like, no magic, no stuff, just
Yeah.
that's just evil, man.
It's
just-
just
you
fucked
don't-
up. It's fucked up. It really is.
You don't do something like that to pretty girls, especially to Tohsaka.
That's right, Kiyutsugu. I agree.
どうかしら。私は裏切り者を信用しない。
That's rich coming
あな
from
た
you,
の言葉が
Medea.
正しいのなら、コマはセイバーだけでいいのではなくて。
I mean, I
Yeah.
guess the whole crux of her problem was that her husband was a traitorous asshole, but
Yeah, Ollie.
私はお前をも裏切るかもしれん。私は私のためにお前に下るのだからな。
I'm sorry, go
お
ahead.
前を主と認めたわけではない。
Ollie missed her
No.
identity reveal.
Yeah. But he might know. I don't know how deep into Greek mythology he is, but Medea's story is very interesting. And she certainly is like this quite a bit in her...
And she certainly is the best female, Greek mythology character.
Certainly. She's the
Magic.
most well-rounded. Even
裏
though
切り
she's
者
a
を罰
crazy
する
ass
ためにある。
motherfucker.
でしょ。
She's the best mom, though.
She's great.
いいわ。あなた一人を御し得ないようでは、私の器も知れるというもの。もとよりあなたの宝具
I
に
should
は
have
興
some
味があっ
hope
たこ
in
と
the
だし
archer.
Just want to point out that she is canonically a MILF.
Yes.
She is.
Yes. Castor raises her arm. The dagger to eliminate the contract pierces Archer's chest. Tohsaka makes a pained face. It must be the reaction of having her contract broken by force. But this isn't the time to be hesitating. This has become the worst possible situation. Tohsaka watches Castor and slowly retreats. She's calm. She knows it'd do no good to fight them now. If she wants to keep on fighting, she has to retreat for the moment. But there are 6 meters between Tohsaka and the stairs. Is it possible for her to run that distance safely? No, impossible. It's apparent, watching the scene from above, Kutsuki, who has been silent up to now, is on guard against Tohsaka. Oh, I'm sorry about that. If she turns and runs full speed, would she be able to reach the stairs and get to the exit before he catches up to her? Tohsaka sighs while looking at them. Her face... That's impossible. Seems to say so. She'll die. She'll be killed. If I try to help her, I will also die. The area below me is a land of death. There's a master called Kutsuki along with 2 enemy servants. There's no way I'd get out of here alive. My throat is dry, my fingers are tense from the nervousness. 0 or 1. Even before I can think. Tohsaka moves. She starts from the stairs without any warning. Behind her, a tall, lean figure catches up to her so quickly that Tohsaka appears to be standing still. Kutsuki's fist should hit her in the back of the head. He was able to hurt Saber through her armor. It should be easy for him to break a human skull. I can't save her. I can't save her by myself. I can't save her with this wooden sword. I'll die if I go out. 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 I'll die if I go out.
Help her.
I think he's gonna die if he goes out.
Help her. I don't care. Just help her.
No, I
don't care. I just don't care.
Like,
I am the tiebreaker.
oh,
Thank you.
oh,
I jumped down. I don't even use the stairs. I have jumped down behind Tohsaka without even knowing it. But that's it. My wooden sword is destroyed by Kutsuki's fist going in for Tohsaka's head. Hey, love. I'm home. Everyone's astonished by the sudden intruder, except for one man who reacts as if it's perfectly natural. He does not hesitate. It does not matter for this man who the enemy is. He has no emotion for one who just appeared. Death's sight is Death's sight is thrust. There's no way to block it. I'll have my neck snapped like a flower. How pitiful. It's meaningless if I won't even last 2 seconds. I will not be able to do anything, not even save Tohsaka. Oh,
It's time.
no!
It's time.
I had a way from the start.
Do it.
I can prepare numerous things to
Do it.
block the attack. If I am a magus, what does the fighting is not my body, but something I make out of magic.
Trace.
Trace. Oh, holy shit. I love when you're saying that.
Then make
I
it.
love when you're saying
Success is a matter of course. Do not reconstruct it from the basic structure. Read its concept, the maker's thought, expectation, moral, faith, and the origin itself. That is why it is not reconstruction but projection. It is an equal shadow cast by the true object. It does not matter how great the work is. If it has been accomplished, there is no problem with recreating it.
Let's go. Let's go, Sheriff. Let's go.
But there's another problem. Yes, the problem is that the unit cannot keep up with the function. My body is burning. Every cell in me catches fire. My nerves let out agonizing cries. My retina cracks and dries. My heartbeat disappears. I ignore my body's order to stop the concept of creation, the basic structure, the composition material, the skill of its making, the experience of its growth, the accumulated years. I skip it all and make up Kansho and Bakuya. My whole body is burning. Use projection now means dying. Emiya's Shido body cannot handle such magic. My head ignores it, and therefore my body will die. But that cannot be a problem.
I love Shiro. It's time.
No, it cannot be. I will die if I reproduce swords. Of course not. This body is a magic circuit specialized for this purpose alone. I have been saved by swords and I will have lived with swords. I do not know about others, but it is impossible for me to destroy myself by reproducing swords.
Holy shit. That's so fucking incredible. That's incredible. Oh.
I repel it. The same weapons are in my hands and the enemy is the same. Kansho and Bakuya are in my hands. The reproduced noble phantasm of Archer has repelled Kutsuki's fist once more.
Holy, it's time. It's time. Shiro gonna be, I guess.
It stops
just
right
7,
there.
And I guess a master.
Kuzuki must have figured out that this would turn like this last time as he takes a step back. My lungs explode. The breath I've been holding escapes my mouth in a rush. I don't feel my left shoulder. My wound has completely opened up and the blood stains are not only on my bandage but my shirt as well. It's not damage brought on by using the projection magic. 2 attacks. I only repelled Kuzuki's attack twice and my shoulder got destroyed. I bet my shoulder would have been dislocated with one more attack and my arm would have been ripped off. I can't show that. I ready my twin swords and protect Tohsaka's back. And Tohsaka is...
Running? No.
She has stopped and is complaining to me.
Because he's Shiro.
I'm relieved. My choice wasn't wrong. I'm glad her good-heartedness is still there.
Yes!
No, now's not the time. It's too early to tell if my choice was right or not. We have to get out of here alive. Let's
This is so
go!
badass.
Let's go!
Let's go, Shiro!
Tohsaka nods silently and readies herself behind me.
手を出すと分かってはいたが、まさか飛び降りるとは思わなかった。
Kuzuki is watching us, his fists ready to fight. He has no intention of letting us go. He's standing there so that he doesn't let one of us go. If either one of us moves, he should react right away.
No one cares about you, kids. Just shut up.
But I can't be taking my time. The wound on my shoulder is getting worse by the second. My concentration fades as more blood is lost. My body won't last just long to start with. If we were to run, we should do so as fast as possible, but we can't run away that easily. Kuzuki will react if I move. When that happens, Tohsaka will be the first one to die. I have to defeat Kuzuki to let Tohsaka go, but I don't have the power to beat him, and he's not our only enemy. Behind Kuzuki are Caster and the betrayer Archer. No, in the worst case, Saber might also become our enemy. Was there no exit to begin with? There is no miracle that will let us escape from here. I want Tohsaka to escape at the very least, but even that would require so much luck that it makes me sick.
そこまでのようね。あなたの乱入には驚いたけど、その顔では諦めもついたようだし。出てきたと
Not
い
yet,
うことは
I have
殺さ
faith
れ
in
ても
you.
いいと。
I have
こ
faith
こ
in
で
your
おし
voice.
まいにしてあげるわ。生かしておいても面倒でしょうし、ここでまとめて。
Let's go, Watcher. Do something.
She's coming. I resist with all my powers. I ready my twin swords and stand in front of Tohsaka. Released intent to kill, right before it reaches us.
いいや待てキャサー
The knight in red stops the attack with an emotionless voice. What the fuck is happening?
この場での発言権がないことぐらい読み取
I
って。
knew this could happen.
いや言い忘れていたことがあったお前の軍門に下るには一つだけ条件をつけたい
条件。
ああ無抵抗でお前に自由を差し出したのだその代償としてこの場では奴らを見逃してやれどの道マスターとしては機能しない者たちだ殺す価値はないだろう
That is true. His proposal sounds objective. Tohsaka watches it intently.
見逃せですって。言動の割には甘いのね、あなた。
私とて人の子ださすがに裏切った瞬間に主を殺したでは後味が悪い
裏切り者のくせによく本人の前で人並みのことを言えたものね。いいわ、今回は見逃してあげましょう。けれど次に目障りな真似をしたら誰が止めようと殺します。
Oh, wait, one sec. I have to check something. One.
Nope.
Yeah, I think the audio is good.
それでいいかしら。
I was under the impression the audio was bad, but it isn't.
当然だこの状況でなお戦いを挑むような愚か者ならば手早く死んだ方がいい
That must have concluded the negotiation. The intent to kill filling the temple goes away, and the restraining enmity fades.
そういうことよ、お二人さん。今回は見逃してあげるわ。
That's it, you pesky children. You're free to go this time.
さあ、敗者は敗者らしく逃げるように立ち去りなさい。
I glare at Caster, but Tohsaka
Holy
pulls
shit.
on my arm
行きま
silently.
しょう。今はあいつの
Let's
言う
go.
通りよ。
That
No,
just
this is not happening.
She whispers in my ear. I calm down and turn my back on the enemy. We don't run,
No,
but
this is
slowly
not
make our way to the
happening.
stairs. The distance that seems so great is covered in just a few steps. A footstep. Then another, and Tohsaka takes a step onto the stairs and turns back to Castor. No, that's wrong. Tohsaka did not look at Castor, but at the man smiling beside our enemy.
恨むのなら筋違いだぞ。マスターとしてこの女の方が優れていただけの話だ。
Fuck you.
優劣が明確ならば、私は強い方を取る。
No,
So,
she's
yeah.
not.
Man,
けど後悔するわよ。
I think
私は絶対に降りない。
Archer has some problems.
キャスターを倒してあんたを取り戻す。その時になって謝っても許さないんだから。
それは無駄骨だな。まあ、自殺するというのなら止めはしない。
Fuck. She turns away and starts to walk. She's biting her lip in anger. She does not speed up, and Tohsaka leaves the underground temple in a magnificent manner.
That's it.
We got out of the church. We do not say anything.
That's it.
My wound hurts.
That's it.
The sweat on my
That's
forehead.
completely different from the enemy. What
Yes.
the fuck is happening?
That's it. Castor just proves herself to be the dumbest person alive.
Yep.
I literally didn't know anything about it because this is completely different from the anime.
I believe the
And I can't
anime
believe I
merges
survived
this with the next day, which
Oh,
is
okay,
yeah,
okay.
it's kind of weird
Yeah.
that they would do that. Like it, it's not like, ridiculous that they would do that, but it's really bad because the scene that happens here is wonderful. But whatever. My
Man,
wound-
sorry. I don't know. I made that choice, but I was sure that we would die, and now we are walking.
Yep. We are walking powerless too. There's nothing.
I don't care. We are alive, you know.
Yeah. My wound hurts. The sweat on my forehead drips down to my eyes and my vision wavers. Even walking hurts my wound. It hurts every time I take a step and my strides are getting shorter.
エミヤ君
She turns back to me as I'm falling behind.
Oh, that's why sure wasn't hurt in the enemy. Maybe this is another.
Yeah. Then,
Yeah.
Tohsaka suddenly looks at me seriously.
少し休みましょう。
Oh, I love
シ
this
ロ
scene.
歩くのも辛いでしょう。
Unlimited. This,
What is the problem?
okay. I'm gonna show you my hand right now. This scene is what made me fall in love with Tohsaka.
Are you serious?
I am
いや、大丈夫だ。
100% serious.
このぐらいなら
What's
我慢
gonna happen? What's gonna happen
そ
now?
れより今は早く戻った方がいい。
To the Emiya or Tohsaka household, it doesn't matter, but we should get Tohsaka back to her home ground.
こっちの傷は気にするな。別に毒が塗り込まれたわけでもないんだから。
I ignore Tohsaka's stare and keep walking. How pitiful. My knee's about to give out right after I say so.
ほら、もう無茶するんだから。その傷でクズキとやり合うなんて自殺行為よ。いいから休みなさい。あいつら、私たちを追いかけたりはしてこないわ。
だろうな。けど、少しでも早く家に戻ろう。俺ならそう辛くはない。
あんたね、そんなに血が出てて辛くないなんて言わないでよ。なんで家に戻りたがるか知らないけど、今は休む方が先でしょ。
She scolds me. Oh, she's not back up to par yet, huh?
She worries about him.
Her usual coldness isn't there. She's very emotional, so her anger will be unstoppable if the brakes
Yeah,
give way.
because you are almost dying, and
Yeah.
she lies.
ちょっと聞いてるの？綺麗じゃあるまいし、そんなに血の跡をつけて歩かれても迷惑なのよ。大体どうしてこんなことになってるわけ？そりゃ教会に行けって言ったのは私だけど、すぐにヤバいってわからなかったの？
あのな、バカにすんな。 それぐらい分かったぞ。のっぴきならない事態になってるって教会を見た時から気づいてた。
ならすぐ帰りなさいバカ。それだけじゃない。
That face is
傷も治ってないのに乱入してきて
It's
おまけにまた
Yeah,
公園。
that's
そんな
wonderful.
の傷が悪化するのは当然
That
じゃ
should
な
be the
い。
thumbnail.
だって言うのに辛くはないですって。はあ、もうどうかしてる。なんだってそんな無茶するのよあんたは。
Because he loves you, you fuck. Tohsaka roars out without stop. But well, it really isn't that painful and
だって大阪の
It
方が
is.
辛いだろ
Oh.
う。だから戻ろう。家に帰れば弱音を吐いてもいいんだから。
that's why I wanted to go home as quickly as possible. She doesn't have to act that strong. Tohsaka can let everything out once she's back in her own room at home. Oh man, I'm gonna cry. I'm
That's
sorry.
kind of cute.
She wipes her face like she made a mistake and turns away.
あ
I can't think of anything to say. That was...
信じらんない。男の子に泣かされた。
She murmurs while looking down. Then,
父さんって俺の手握ってるぞ。
うるさい。責任取れバカ。
あ傷が痛む。よりにもよって左手を引っ張るな。
it's the foreigner's cemetery. Tohsaka walks over to the grassy area and finally lets go of my hand.
あのな父さか。今はこんな寄り道をしてる場合じゃ。
座って。いいから座って。
She doesn't let me object, so I sit down.
後ろを向いて絶対に振り返らないこと。私の顔を見たら本当に怒るから。
I hear a sound behind me. We sit down on the grass with our backs to each other. I don't get why she's doing this. Tohsaka is silent and she told me not to turn around. I don't have anything to do, so I look up at the sky.
She's praying.
I gasp at how big it is. Is it because I've been underground so long, or is it because the sky is clear tonight? Anyways, the winter night sky is so beautiful that it makes me forget about my wound. The warmth of Tohsaka's body on my back doesn't bother me either. I look up at the black sky, forgetting about everything for now. How long have we been sitting like this? The silent girl starts to talk in a calm voice.
独り
Oh,
言
that's beautiful.
なんだけど。
I see. I can't reply if she's just talking to herself. I'll keep staring at the night sky.
少し間違えたかもしれない。あーちゃんの言う通り、最初のうちに手段を選ばずキャスターを倒しておけばよかった。ショットの犠牲を気にして機会を計ってたけど、結局このままだと街中の人が犠牲になるでしょう。
She keeps talking. She's probably whining. She's not saying so because I told her it's in short, Tohsaka doesn't want to contemplate her actions by herself, but wants someone else to make her do it.
別に愚痴を言うわけじゃないけどね。私いつも一番大事なことばっかりしくじるのよ。2番か3番か、そういうのがさらっとできるくせに、一番大事なものだけは手こずるんだ。
The winter sky is clear, but in contrast, the air is really cold. I don't care about myself, but isn't Tohsaka cold without her coat? I'm worried
ア
about
ーチャ
that.
ーがあっち側に行ったのもあいつだけの責任じゃないわ。結局キャスターを野放しにしたのは私だもの。
She can't remain with me, is sure.
Yeah.
参ったな。ついさっきあんなこと言ったのにいきなり追い詰められちゃった。
She sighs. I can't see it, but I bet her breath is
ちょっ
white.
とここ何にって突っ込むところだと思うんだけど。
ああ。ね、何に追い詰められたんだ父さか。
うん。後悔はしたくないってこと。あい
That's
つ
a
は私はそういう性格じゃないって言ってたけど、今が正念場みたい。シローがあんなこと言うから余計失敗したなって落ち込んじゃった。
I see. I don't understand her too well, but Archer's right. Tohsaka isn't the type to regret her
そん
actions.
なの今だけだろ。尺に触るけど、 俺もアーチャーの意見には同感だ。登坂は何も反省することなんてない。
どうしてよ。現にキャスターはやりたい放題でアーチャーにまで愛想をつかされた。これ私が方針を間違えたからでしょ。
それは単に失敗しただけだろ。登坂は間違えてなんかない。間違えていないなら失敗しても胸を張れると思う。
The process. If you walk down the path that you believe is right, you cannot be wrong. At a time like this, most people will realize that their path is a wrong one, but she's different. Her path should always be the one that she can be proud of.
そうだな。正直俺にはお前が眩しい。俺も後悔はしない。自分のやってきたことが正しいって信じてる。けどそれは継ぎはぎだらけだ。
I don't want to regret anything. I want to make all the tragedies that happened into meaningful things by believing that my path is right.
でもお前は違うだろ。後悔はしたらしたできっとその倍は仕返しをするタイプだ。俺は継ぎはぎでなんとかごまかしてるけど、お前は平気な顔で粉々にしちまうんだ。
That's so beautiful.
採算は取れてる。たまにしか落ち込まないだろうけど、登坂はその後が怖い。お前を落ち込ませた相手は何倍もお前に落ち込まされると思う。
何それ、追い打ち？
あ、鬼がか乱してるうちに言っておこうと思って。でもまあ事実なんじゃないか。登坂、このままで済ます気はないんだろ。
I look up at the night sky and say so as if talking to myself. Tohsaka doesn't answer, but I think that she smiled, getting herself together. And silence follows. Tohsaka must have said everything she wanted to as she stopped stalking. I aimlessly look up at the night sky. We should be going home, but neither of us can stand up to break the moment, so we just keep our backs to each other.
そういえばどうして私を助けたの、シロ。
I can't explain. There are many reasons. I think it'd be stupid to explain each one, so I say something I have to tell her.
このペンダント見覚えあるだろう。
I show her the pendant. I thought so. I bet she intended to keep this a secret, but she made a mistake again.
それどうして？
登坂の部屋で見つけた。あ、帰ったらびっくりするだろうけど、すまん。化粧台倒しちまった。
I return her the pendant behind my back.
で、それがどうしたっていうのよ。
いや、これと同じペンダント俺の家にもあるんだ。
Oh
学校
my
でランサー
god.
に殺されかけた時、気がついたら近くに落ちてたんで拾ってそのまま。
A paradox. I casually hint about that night. Then,
そっちにも同じものがある？
Tohsaka gasps as if she's heard something she shouldn't
あ
have.
れ、なんかおかしなこと言ったか。
Oh my god. I think so.
別に。それよりどうしてそれが私を助けた理由になるのよ。別にいいじゃない、そんなペンダントなんて。
そうだな。あ、本当はただの後
Oh,
付けだ。
this is gonna be the killer.
白状すると、ずっと前から登坂凛ってやつに憧れてた。で、困ったことにいざ話してみたら余計好きになっちまった。だから死んでほしくなくて、気がつけば何も考えずに飛び降りていただけだ。
あったね。そういう歯に衣着せぬ発言はやめなさい。考えなしに思ったことを口にしてるとどこかしらで誤解を招くんだから。
Oh my god.
ね、
Tohsaka
そんな
can't handle it.
俺本当に登坂のことを好きだぞ。
Okay.
I obstinately reply at once. It's not a lie. So there's no misunderstanding to be made.
バカ、そんなだから自殺同然で飛び込んでくるのよ。
He broke her.
大バカ。
Tohsaka keeps calling me an idiot. She's criticizing mercilessly, but I strangely don't feel bad. The night sky is beautiful, and I feel calm. And I'm just really happy that Tohsaka's back to normal.
よし、シロの言う通り、そろそろ家に帰りましょうか。 ほら、手を出して。その傷だと立つのも辛いでしょ。
Oh, that was the end.
I grab her hand with my right. Tohsaka pulls me up.
これで貸し借りはなしね。今日のことはお互いノーカウントってことにしましょう。
That would really help me out. I don't know what the pendant meant to Tohsaka. I bet I would have felt more guilty towards her if I found out. She didn't want that and said the incidents offset one another. So Tohsaka shouldn't feel bad about getting helped earlier. And we leave the foreigner's cemetery. And on the way...
助けてくれてありがとう。しょ。すごく助かったわ。
Tohsaka adds with embarrassment. We walk down the hill. When we're going back to our home ground where it's safe, Tohsaka heads for my house and not hers, as if it's natural to do so. I don't know if I should turn the thing off here. I don't think I do, but
Turn off what?
I'll turn it off anyways, just to be safe.
Okay.
I fucking love that scene. I just need to say this. It's so beautiful.
I like it, but I thought it would be more. I don't know. I just wanted more.
Well, I wanted more too, but I think it's just the perfect Tohsaka and Shiro scene. They're they're both such difficult people that
Okay.
just breaking down that wall that they built around themselves. They're just sincere to each other, you know, and that's just amazing. Seeing Tohsaka, that's the thing that I really enjoy the most. Seeing her smile for real for the first time. Not a sarcastic smile, not a false smile to deceive people. A real smile from Tohsaka. That's that's real, man. That is real.
I can kind of understand you, but I still want something more. I want to hear Tohsaka more. I want her to.
Well, we're
to
gonna
send-
see more
Yeah,
Tohsaka.
You want something more?
Hero.
You want something more?
Yeah, I want.
Of course you do. You always do. You always do.
Oh my god.
That is the nature of the human soul.
Oh my
To
lord.
Yeah,
long
that's
for.
true. You know what?
We are
Well,
going to get some more Tohsaka times.
I think they forgot something to make the scene perfect. I don't know. There is something that I just don't know. I really think that could be better. That was awesome, really awesome. But
Oh yeah,
I want
we're
you
gonna
to
get
talk
more
a little bit
Tohsaka.
more.
Don't worry about it. We're gonna get some extra things. But that's gonna come at its own time. I just think that as the first true, honest, like complete conversation between two people that are able to admit that they like each other, that they love each other, that's real. I appreciate that. That was like a wonderful like fairy tale moment. I love it.
that's true.
We're back at my
And
place.
Chiro,
No, go ahead.
got the right words at the right time.
Exactly.
Man,
My man is smooth as. We're back at my place.
you know how to strike.
I never thought I would make it back alive, so I relax once I get into the living room. I feel a bit dizzy and lean against the wall.
ほら見なさい。やっぱりまともに立ってられないじゃない、バカ。
She's right, but I think her last comment was unnecessary. How many times did she call me an idiot today? I bet she set a new record already.
ほら、こっちに来なさい。とりあえず包帯ぐらい変えないとまずいでしょ。
I nod and move by Tohsaka.
この救急箱を使っていいんでしょ。ほさすが家に道場があるだけのことはあるわね。ハサミばかりか、針と糸が入ってる救急箱ってのも珍しいわ。ってほら早く。
Oh shit, is Tohsaka
服を
gonna
脱いで
suture
傷を
our
見せなさいっ
wound?
てば。
I don't know if I trust her to do that.
服脱ぐのか。
I pray her
いや
to
そ
do
の前に
that.
手当てぐら
Then
い自
Chiro
分で
do
できる。
that. You
今朝だ
know?
って自分でやった
That's
んだから
fair.
問
Yeah,
題ない
that's。true.
あのね、何遠慮してるか知らないけど、そもそもその傷の手当てをしたのは誰だと思ってるの？
She has a point.
けどあの時はその
I was unconscious, and I was only causing trouble for Tohsaka at that time.
あの時もこの時もないの。いいから早くしなさい。四郎の傷は特別なんだから、 ちゃんと見ないと治るものも治らなくなるじゃない。
How unfair. I can't complain if she tells me with a face like that.
それじゃ頼んだ。正直に言うと、さっきからやけに熱くなってる。
I give up and sit down. Seeing that the shirt is stained with blood, Tohsaka gives up taking it off and starts cutting it right away. Then she quickly but carefully takes off the bandages. Is it that bad? Tohsaka gasps when she sees it. But I'm troubled as well. It's so embarrassing having her stare at my body so closely.
本当に無茶するんだから。せっかく治りかけてたのがまた開いてるわよ。まったく。こんなの見せられたら怒るに怒れないじゃない。
Better not get mad at us. We saved your life tonight.
That's true.
She talks like that, but gently touches the wound.
And we almost died tonight.
That is true. Crap, I'm getting dizzy for a different reason. I was able to stay calm even if she was near me, but my heart's beating fast now and I'm having trouble determining where to look. I criticize myself mentally, but it does no good. The temperature inside my head will keep increasing as long as we're like this, because the dizziness isn't caused by my wound.
遠坂、もういいだろう。血止めをして可能止め塗って包帯を巻き直してくれればいいから。
I have no idea what styptic is.
そういうのは手当てって言わない。
Neither do I.
宣言撤回。やっぱり頭にきた。そんな気休めで外に出たわけね、あんたは。
I think what he's saying is that she's supposed to like put like tape on his wound to force it closed. That's a terrible idea, but you know.
Yeah.
How the fuck?
It's the best part of the day.
The slapping sound. What was that for? Tohsaka just slapped me on my wound.
What the fuck?
恨みがあるんだお前。
恨みなら骨髄まで染み渡っているっていうの。それでも手加減してあげたんだから感謝しなさい。
We gotta die because of Tohsaka.
Tohsaka kills Shiro. That's the end. Bad ending. Killed by the fox. Saying so, Tohsaka takes out something that
By the
looks like
fox.
ointment.
It say appears in the bed and in the file. It
Indeed.
says.
とりあえず壊死してる神経を治したからしばらくは痛むわよ。これには痛み止めも含まれてるけど、もともと破損した肉の代わりだから。
Yes, it could appear in the
痛
Tiger
みがあるう
Dojo.
ちは無茶してダメだからね。
That would be fucking hilarious if he did.
Yeah.
She takes the jelly-like substance and applies it to my wound. It looks really suspicious, but I stay quiet since I know Tohsaka is seriously treating it.
はい、これで終わり。あとは包帯を巻いてぐっすり寝れば、明日には幾分楽になってるはずよ。
She skillfully wraps the bandages around the wound. I'm not praising her or anything, but she does a much better job than I do.
サンキュー、遠坂。
I love how Emiya is becoming a tsundere as well. It's like I'm not saying she's good or anything, but she is much better than I am.
That's the truth of me.
I thank her while averting my gaze.
まあそれならいいけど、楽になったって言うんなら見た甲斐があった
They're
わ。
so awkward. Oh my god.
治らないものと覚悟してたから余計助かった。ともかく手当てをしてくれてありがとう。
そんなの当たり前でしょ。私が見る以上は。
It's looking like
直し
that
てみせるん
Tohsaka
だから。
has cat eyes, you know?
Yep. It's the fox.
She's a fox, yeah.
Finishing the treatment, Tohsaka gets up. Then, I don't know why, but she heads to the kitchen.
遠坂。
I guess she's gonna make him some food. Gotta help the wounded, huh? It's not like any of them had dinner tonight. Am I seeing things? She's checking what's inside the refrigerator and the rice
お
cooker.
い、何をするつもりなんだ。
夕ご飯の支度。白食べてないでしょ。
Can we make a quick pause?
私も食べてないのよ。
Sure.
だから
Let
と
me
りあえ
just
ず夕
pause
食。
the recording. We are back.
ああ、それは見ればわかる。
なんでって当然じゃない。人間空腹でまともな案が浮かぶわけないでしょ。
Bruh.
That's true?
That is true. Tohsaka speaks while staring inside the refrigerator.
And that bar can function very well without nutrients to heal himself.
The sound of her utensils echoes inside the room. It's past 10 o'clock. I don't know how it ended up like this, but Tohsaka and I are eating a late dinner together. By the way, the dinner was made by both of us. Tohsaka wanted to eat Japanese food, but she didn't even know how to make miso soup. Really makes me wonder what they are teaching in the cooking class at school. Tohsaka is concentrated on her meal. She must be hungry as her plate is almost empty. But I don't have much of an appetite right now. It's partly because this isn't the time to be eating, but more so because I haven't replied to Tohsaka.
シロはここで降りなさい。
I haven't told her my reply to those words.
トサカ、話がある。
I put my chopsticks down and stare at Tohsaka.
何？
あれから考えたんだ。俺がこの戦いを始めた理由を、一体何がしたかったのかってこと。
うん、それで？
She urges me to go on as she sips on the miso soup. She's putting my spirit down, but I try to get myself together.
初めは巻き込まれたからだった。そしてマスターになった以上はこの戦いをどうにかしたかった。けどマスターになったとか巻き込まれたとか。俺は正義の味方が好きなんだ。だからみんなを守らないと。マスターなんてどうでもいい。マスターでなくなってもセイバーがいなくなっても。
I say so, ready for Tohsaka's rebuttal, but
そう。
she makes an absent-minded response and finishes her rice.
な、トーサカ。人が真面目に話してるんだからちゃんと。
聞いてるわよ。シロは一人でも戦うのよね。死ぬような目に遭うより死ぬような目に遭ってしまう人がいるっていう事実が耐えられない。だからどんなに自分が弱くても戦うことに決めたんでしょ。
Hit the nail in the head, Tohsaka. She looks straight at me. It's as if she sees through the part of me that I didn't even know about. Most of all, she approves that I'm fighting.
何よその顔。リスが砂糖菓子舐めたような顔して。
いや、だってトーサカは反対するかと思ってた。
してるわよ、もちろん。けどあれだけ見事に助けられたんだから。それにさ、どんなに止めたってあんたはそういうやつなんだって分かっちゃったし。
Tohsaka averts her gaze a bit. I don't know why, but
じゃあトーサカ、これからも協力体制ってことでいいんだな。
まあね、仕方ないから付き合ってあげる。
let's
大体あん
go.
たみたいなのを一人にしてたら不安で眠れないし、それに
A couple suicide.
Takes a huge breath.
But what like?
I
Don't you
forget-
think a little bit that she's going against servants? What is her playing? I kind of.
Well, if Shido's gonna die, I mean, she can't let him die, right?
Or
Yeah,
couldn't she?
I mean, she could. But
you could. Okay,
she could, but does she want to? That's the question.
that's a real question.
After getting ready for some reason,
白風に言えば
Oh,
私
oh,
も白
I need
Oh,
to take
no
a picture. Take a
fucking
picture
way.
right now. Take out this scene. Take out. Thank you very much. Thank you. I
Oh,
just take a
it's
picture. Oh my
doesn't
god.
hate me,
It's
doesn't
Asuka's
hate me.
pride.
Let's go.
私はそういうわけだし、こっち
Yes,
だって一緒にいても問題ないでしょ。
Yes.
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 True victory has been attained. She hands me the bowl. How long did it take me to realize that she's asking for seconds?
もちろんトーサカがどんなに横暴でも
It's like they've
望むと
been
こ
married for 20 years already. I take the bowl, fill it from the rice cooker, and hand it back to her.
いいけど、お腹減ってるし、ご飯美味しいし。
Tohsaka starts eating the heap of rice. I smile. I bet I'm smiling as I eat, but I can't help it. I'm so happy right now, so let me smile like a fool for a while. Well, now we're drinking tea after
つま
dinner.
り東映には東映なりの限度ってものがあるわけ。一見イメージを形にするっていう何でもありに見えるけど、東映にはいろいろと独自のルールがある。その制約の中で一番わかりやすいのは投影物の損傷、存在における強度ってやつよ。
Tohsaka puts up a finger as she drinks her tea.
存在における強度。何？幻想なるものの存在に耐えられない軽さってやつ。
I sip the tea and tilt my head in wonder.
何も知らないようでいてつまんない言葉知ってるのね、あなた。けどまあ当たらずとも遠からずかな。投影は自己のイメージからそれに沿った本物を完璧に複製する。これに例外はないわ。自分の中で完璧でなければ投影はできない。新作の影である以上、一部の隙も許されないのが投影魔術よ。だから基本的に投影によって生み出されたものは自己のイメージ通りの強度を持つわ。加えて投影する術者のイメージ、知識が本物に近ければ近いほど。
ちょっと待った。俺アーチャーの剣を投影しただろ。けどそれはクズキに壊された。いくらクズキの拳にキャスターの強化がかかってるからって防具を壊せるほどじゃない。
So maybe they aren't.
ってことは俺が投影したアーチャーの干渉と爆矢はオリジナルに数段劣るってことじゃないのか。
はい、いいところに気がつきました、エミヤ君。それが投影の限界、存在における強度ってやつよ。いい？投影はあくまで投影、想像じゃない。投影を作り上げるのは術者のイメージだけだから、イメージそのものにほころびが生じた時。
イメージにほころびが生じる？それも変じゃないか。イメージが間違っていたらそもそも投影はできないんだろう。
ええ、だからほころびが生じるのは投影した後になるわ。そうね、例えばシローが絶対に折れない名剣を投影したとするでしょ。
I nod. Tohsaka nods in satisfaction.
けど絶対に折れない剣なんてものはない。その剣の表現方法、伝承、売り文句などに絶対に折れないというパーソナリティがあるだけで、実際はそれを上回る幻想にぶつかれば刃こぼれぐらいするし。
それ折れた時点で俺のイメージが間違っていたってことにならないか。俺は折れない剣を作ったんだから。
ならない。投影が成功した時点で形の上での間違いはないんだし、そもそも折れない剣なんて名前みたいなものでしょ。けどシロ、あなたがイメージしたものは絶対に折れない剣よね。これが現実で折れちゃった場合と、それは剣が折れたからじゃないわ。あなたがイメージしたものは折れない剣。それが折れてしまった時点でシロの中の折れない剣と今折れてしまった剣は別物になる。あなたと現実、その計りが崩れてしまうから。
Again, it's that thing from Kara no Kyokai, the kind of crash between one's internal reality and one's external reality, causing a crash in your perception, I suppose, and that's what actually breaks the
It's
situation.
kind of hard because you have to be positive about the situation. You have to imagine a sword that will not break, but at the same time you have to be realist to think that, oh, this guy maybe can break it.
Yeah, it's reality like pushing against your ability to keep imagining that it's unbreakable, and it's just very hard to keep that mindset going. So if I sum it up,
つまり俺は折れない剣を想像して投影した。けど実際に投影した剣は戦闘中に折れてしまった。その時点で俺自身がその剣をなんだよ実際は折れちまうじゃないかこの剣と否定してしまって、結果として投影したものは消えるってことか。そのイメージの齟齬によって。
冴えてるじゃない。ええ、つまりはそういうこと。あなたはアーチャーの剣を投影した。あなたの中であれがどんな位置づけだったかは知らないけど、シロ自身はクズキの攻撃で壊れるような剣をイメージしてはいなかった。けど実際に剣は破壊されてしまった。その時点であなたはその剣をこんなのはアーチャーの剣じゃないと思ってしまったのよ。で、作り上げられた投影は術者の否定によって存在強度を失い、
which is interesting
に戻ったってわけ。
because if you guys remember back all the way to the very first fight scene in this entire novel. Archer constantly breaks his swords, right?
That's true.
Like,
Yeah.
he was fighting Lancer, and he projected the swords like 27 times.
It was 27. It wasn't something like 40.
I don't know. I don't remember. That number sounded right. Within just one thing. So that begs the question: are the swords also not his? Right? Because
That's a good question.
if
Because
they
it
were
works.
his, there would be no inconsistency, right? He would know.
It looks like that he expected to break something like it. I don't know. It looked like that he was prepared to break it.
No, who knows? It was a tactical appliance of the breaking of the sword.
Yep.
I see. Even projected weapons can break, but it's not the enemy, but you, who make them disappear from this world. When the difference between the reality and the image becomes too large to be reconciled, the projected weapon disappears. It is because of the one who projected the weapon stops believing in the image.
わかった？だから投影魔術はまず設計図から入るの。あとは材質と性質、歴史なんかも考慮すべきね。そのあたりから固めていけば、多少現実でイメージと違ってもすぐに消えるなんてことはないでしょ？
それならなぜそれを作る気になったのかってのが最初じゃないか。材料と技法だけじゃダメだ。今日の夕飯だってまず遠坂が和風が食べたいって言ったから始まっただろ。なら創作する上での発端から始めないと。
Huh. Tohsaka's stunned. Tohsaka stares at me. I drink tea and tilt my head in wonder.
なんでこんな話になったんだっけ。
そういえばそうよね。私たち確か今後の作戦を話し合ってたような。
Oh yeah, we were talking about what our course of action should
シ
be.
ロ、本格的に投影魔術をやってみない？
And Tohsaka derailed the conversation.
思い出した。不確定な要素に希望を持っちゃうぐらい行き詰まってたんだっけ。
Yeah. Our future isn't very bright.
まあそうだな。第一、俺の投影なんて剣を作れる程度だ。それも今まで役に立ったことなんてないんだから大した戦力にならないだろう。
Oh boy. Oh boy, imagine if he had seen Saber's dreams this time around.
Oh.
Oh, she's looking at me with those eyes again. I wonder why. She always makes that face when we talk about projection magic.
She's jealous.
もう一度状況を確認しましょう。目下のところ敵はキャスター。あいつだけなら大したことはないけど、白兵戦に長けたマスターと
And
あっち
Saber.
側についたアーチャーに守られている限り
That's true.
We
手は
don't
出
know
せない
when
わ。
Saber's gonna turn, but she might turn right away. We don't know.
It doesn't look like that caster can control Saber that well.
Yeah, not yet, at least.
加えてセイバーが操られるのも
There
時
you go.
間の問題。状況は刻一刻と悪くなっていくわけだけど、
Everything is very precarious.
ああ、けどアーチャーはともかくセイバーはまだキャスターの自由にはなっていない。それが正気といえば正気だろう。セイバーが完全にキャスターの軍門に下ったらそれこそ俺たちに勝ち目はない。
I can't let that happen. She told me to run. She told me as she cried, for Saber's sake, I can't let Castor do as she wishes.
そういうことね。それじゃあ意見のある人は挙手。シロ、なんかいいアイデアある？
An idea that will break the current deadlock.
Sure, big brain moment.
If there's a way to oppose Castor, it is. We have
Don't have any plans, we'll just fight them.
a
Okay.
choice.
Holy shit, I chose the first one.
Why the first one?
Because the first one is the first. Sorry, I'm just kidding. Because we can fight. Man, what is the problem to fight Saber with bare hands? Yeah.
It's a
Mapo Tofu.
big problem.
It's not. It's not.
Everything's gonna be just
Yes.
fine.
You just have to be confident about what you are doing.
I am. I'm confident that this is a terrible idea.
Man, I don't know why.
We can't fight them head on. That's true. There's
That's true.
secret passage in the church. How does that help us? Still have no way beating them.
No, I don't know what to do to say the truth. Those two last options are quite good.
The last option is the only one that actually gives us a way to
It's
win
true,
this
but-
war.
But who will? We can team up with Alien maybe.
View.
Yeah, but
Shinji Mato.
Mato, yes, Mato Shinji. Though we think he's out of the game at this point. So.
yeah. One moment, just. Desperation.
We could
Man.
team up with Francis Master, whoever that is.
Yes, we could.
You know
totally
what?
Do that.
That's the only choice.
Is
I
it
didn't
the
want
only
to.
choice?
I think it's the only choice. What the fuck will they do if they know a secret passage in the church?
I don't know. So are we going with cooperate with any of the masters?
Yes.
Very well. There aren't opponents that we can take on by ourselves. There are 3 enemies, and we'll need at least one more on our side. And there are limited possibilities. People who are magi and have a reason to fight against Caster. It'll be other masters.
トサカ、怒らないで聞いてくれ。その他のマスターとは協力できないかな。
No
いい
shit.
わ。その心は口にするからには
You
何
must
か
have a
算段
plan.
があるんだ。
Not really.
いや
Yes.
そういうわけじゃないんだが、今のキャスターの状態は他のマスターにとっても無視できないだろう。なら今回だけってことで手を組めるかもしれないと思って。
ええ。実は私も同じことを考えてた。
Oh.
てっきり白を反対すると思ってたから黙ってたん
No
だけどね。
sacrifices must be made at this point. She says so unenthusiastically. She must not like the idea, but she must know that it's the only option we have.
となると残るマスターは2人。ランサーのマスターとバーサーカーのマスタ
Lancer's
ーね。
master, huh? I don't know about that.
ランサーのマスターは不明のままだから交渉のしよう
Versus
も
the
ないけど、
archer.
バーサーカーのマスターであるイリアスフィールなら可能性はあるかもしれない。
Ah,
Okay,
indeed.
that's good.
Zerker's master.
That would be nice.
The white girl and the statue-like giant I met on the night when it all began. She sounded dangerous, but I don't think she's cruel.
そうだな。あの子なら話し合いに応じてくれそうだ。見返りに無茶な条件も出してきそうにないし。
バカ。シローにとっちゃあいつが一番やばいのよ。
She
She's a
did try to
monster.
kill us
That's true.
before.
あいつ、初めっからシローしか見てなかったもの。私はともかく、あんたはどんな目に遭わされるか分かったもんじゃないわよ。
なんだよそれ。俺はあの子と一度
Well,
しか会ってないん
it's
だ。
complicated,
そんなこ
man.
とになるわけないだろう。脅かしくはなしだぞ、トーサカ。
そんなことになったら交渉なんて破棄に決まってるじゃない。
Then, Tohsaka averts her gaze and gulps down her tea.
けど、今はイリアスフィールにかけるしかないわね。キャスターの正体がアーチャーの言う通りなら、何しろ生前の知り合いだもの。キャスターの手口なんて知り尽くしてるでしょ。
That is true.
バーサーカーなら、キャスターとアーチャーが同時に攻めてきても追い返せる。
That's true.
私た
We
ちは
are
その
met
間
with
に
a
小関
problem,
一人
though.
を攻
If
略すればいい。
Iliasville does help us, and that can happen, right? The benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
What says she's gonna let us get our servants back? Right?
That's
I don't
true.
know.
そりゃ
But
理想論
what
だけ
you
ど
think?。And I,
トーサカ、
yeah.
キャスターはバーサーカー
Whatever.
と
I
関
just
係がある
thought
の
that
か。
we can maybe retrieve Saber because Shiro can fight. I think he can fight against Kuzuka alone. He'll suffer, but I think he can do it.
No, he cannot.
He can handle him for
No,
some
he
time. He
cannot.
just has to buy time. He doesn't have to win this fight. It's not about win. It's about to buy time. It's like
You will buy like 5 seconds, hopefully. At most.
Man,
But-
we need 10. You know, we need 10 because that's how much time Tosuke will get to make something useful. I don't know, maybe retrieve Saber. Don't know how, but I don't know.
We'll see.
But I think Chiro just has to buy time for some reason.
Well, he does have to buy time, because then if Saber can fight, she can
Yeah.
handle. Kinda. But
キャスターが本当にあの希代の魔女ならアルゴー戦つながり
エイ
で
ラックです
バーサーカーとは面識があるかもしれない。
that would be true, yes.
私が綺麗に苦手意識を持つのと同じ。世の中にはね、
Curious.
どうしたって苦手なやつっているもんなのよ。
Okay. But I'm sure everyone would dislike that priest.
じゃあ決まりだな。けどどうやってあの子を見つけよう
I
か。
wouldn't be so sure,
あ
Shiro.
れ以来出てこないけど、あ
There
れだ
was
けの
one
魔力
person
を
that
持っ
liked
てる
him
な
quite
ら
a bit.
隠れていようと見つけ出せるだろ
There is.
なのに見つからないってことはこの町にはいないってことじゃないのか。
でしょうね。イリアスフィールはずっと遠くから聖杯戦争を眺めて楽しんでるんで
Not
しょう。
super far away.
ずっと遠く
Man, she's with her
キャス
popcorn.
ターみたいに当時から街を監視してるのか。
Watching from behind the screen as the 32chan records the
Yeah,
next
she
visual
feel
novel
like it.
reading club.
She's watching 32chan, you know.
Indeed, she's watching her videos.
さあ、けどどこにいるかは見当がつく。昔父さんから聞いたことがあるのよ。アインツベルンは郊外の森に別荘を持ってるって。
So we're making an expedition tomorrow. She says so with a tense voice. A villa inside the forest. Tosaka's expression tells me how dangerous the place is. I go back to my room and lie down. Drowsiness fills my body as soon as I do. I stare at the dark ceiling. We are going to Elias Veal's hideout tomorrow. No matter what kind of negotiations take place, it's obvious that we'll need energy. Tohsaka said we wouldn't get good results with tired bodies, so we decided to head out after we sleep.
夜明けまであと5時間。そうなったらあの子と話し合いをしなくちゃならない。
That's a shitty ass time of sleep. 5 hours for the most important day in our lives. I don't feel like that's a good idea. The young master that appeared on the night I became a master. If Saber is a servant excellent in all aspects, Berserker is a servant specialized in battle. There is no servant that can match him in simple combat.
けどどう話し合えばいい？
Saying it makes me believe it's impossible to negotiate with them. But
Just let Tosak do it.
yeah, she knows. Strangely, I don't feel any uneasiness. I think Ilia will understand us if we talk to her. Just like Tohsaka, she will classify enemy and ally as Magus. But I think she's a proper girl with all that aside.
まったくまだ話したこともないくせに希望的観測にも程がある。
I bet he would scorn me saying that it's a convenient fantasy. What's wrong with believing? Is it wrong to have hope for someone you haven't met yet? I realize that I'm gritting my teeth. The man who told me to drown in my ideals and die betrayed Tohsaka in front of me. A guy with that much trust and power switched his allegiance so easily. My mind darkens. No, it's freezing. My head cools down thinking about what he did. I'm angry. I can't forgive him for betraying Tohsaka. I can't forgive the fact that he cast away his partner. I will swear here. Even if that may have been the very best action, and even if it turns out that it was the right choice to survive, I will never do something like that. His actions have been getting on my nerves. He told me not to talk about ideals. I opposed him when he told me I couldn't save anybody, but I agreed with his words somewhere inside of me. His words are correct. The superhero my father talked about is just a fantasy, and I accepted the fact that I would have to become like him to get as close to the ideal as possible. Not wanting to do so, I openly denied the idea even though I accepted it in my mind. But this isn't on such a level. I can't approve of him. I can't approve of his action no matter what the circumstances may be. I won't be able to keep standing if I do.
だからお前には負けられない。
My words do not disperse into the darkness, but stay in the room. A few hours until dawn. I keep repeating those words even in my sleep.
Holy shit. So that's the end? Oh, against the circle. I saw it.
Wait a second. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Versus.
Wait a minute. Can we check
What is this?
status thing?
Can we check the status screen? Sure we can. We haven't done that since the whole thing happened. So Saber's master
Caster.
is now caster, and Assassin's master is now caster. Is there anything else you want to check?
Oh, okay.
Caster.
Kyasta, master, Kutsuki
XCIII.
Oh yeah,
Her true
that's
name-
right.
her true-
We haven't gotten
Yeah.
the details though. I wonder why. Perhaps we'll get it closer when we do fight her. Then we'll be able to read the details of her story.
Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah,
details
we don't
about
have
Usher
that
either.
much information.
These we already
Might
knew.
I true?
And Saber, we don't have
Huzzah,
anything new
yeah,
either.
I
Huzzah.
quite like this ability of Archer. Is because of that he can battle against some server who are literally more faster than him.
Yeah, all of these we have already seen.
Basically.
We don't know anything new about Assassin other than that he is the servant of
It
Caster.
didn't say his true name.
He said it to Saber.
He said it to Saber, not to Shiro, so there's no way for him to know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this isn't good. 3 out of the remaining 6
I think it's kind
are caster.
funny. The masters is just caster.
Yep, caster. It's bad. Do we have anything in the weapon screen?
I don't think so.
I think we already read these, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we also read this one.
Yes.
It's the wielder of Caliburga's Ulsterborn Cuchulainn has a duty to be defeated once by the sword due to his geese. Oh man. So, boys. What a day.
What are they?
What a day.
Tomorrow is going
We saw.
wild.
Yeah, that was wild. We saw Asher's betraying Tohsaka. We saw Tohsaka killed moments. We saw Shiro saying that.
I saw a display.
Badass Shido moment number 37.
Yeah,
fucking love
man,
that.
Shiro was so badass in this episode.
Hell yeah, that was amazing. I love that shit. Oh man,
Yeah.
Shido gets so many badass moments in UBW. Can't
That's
wait.
true. That's true.
Can't wait.
This day is like the Shiro badass day.
Yes,
Now,
this is Shido becoming Kino moment.
that's true.
Ultimate
That's true.
Shido redemption. And we're only counting this one 3 days away from the end. I wonder what's gonna happen.
That's a good question.
We do need
I
a lot of
wonder-
luck to get at least one of our servants
To not
back.
get ourselves killed. But
Oh yeah, for sure. But that's a given. I do like though that it's kind of funny. Tohsaka and Shiro. Shiro is kind of filling in for Archer here. He's also the tall, stubborn asshole who can project the funny swords. He kind of became Tohsaka's replacement servant. That's kind of funny.
That's true.
Except he's wildly incompetent, which is probably not very good.
Man, where is this tiger? Where is this tiger? She's a servant too. She is a servant, but she can fight the servants.
Oh, definitely. Taiga is a saber. That is a fact.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. Taiga is just passed out and Tohsaka's home for the rest of the week.
I don't know. I think Tiger will help them to
Well, at least
to return Saber.
Taiga's getting the best sleep she will ever have and the best bed she will never be able to afford. So, I guess someone is profiting from the situation. That isn't us, of course.
As this that.
Well, I suppose this is the end. This was a great episode. I'm very excited to put it online.
I think it was the best episode of this
Of the UBW.
of the WBW. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. And it's only uphill from here, so yeah. The endo.